What is going on, guys? You already know what it is. Episode 30 of the Kai Beam podcast. Of course, myself, I'm Kai Beam, and I'm here with Mr. Elusive and Gamdo, of course.
Yo.
Today we have not very many topics, but I mean, we'll see how it goes. You know, we go on tangents all the time, and usually I say, "Oh, this one might be a short one," and then it ends up being like 3 hours long. So, yeah, where do we want to start? I don't really.
I think the first thing is just the multiverse of sadness episode that we got from What If.
Bro, that episode had to have been my favorite episode so far. Honestly, because
Izzy, did you see that episode real quick?
You need to
did you get a Love, Death, and Robot vibe from it?
Now that you say that, yeah, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, Izzy, when you watch that episode, you're gonna be like, damn, this really reminds me of Love, Death, and Robot. It has like, I want to say that I'm pretty sure one of the guys who worked on that show also worked on that What If episode, because it looked like kind of beat for beat the kind of style that they had going for it. But continue.
Yeah, I think the basic premise of this episode is, I marked it here. I've made a little blurb about it, but it's the difference between love and obsession. Because I just find it very hilarious that in this particular universe, you know, the catalyst that drives him to become Doctor Strange is Christine's death. But this dude is so guilt stricken, so what's the word I'm looking for? He has so much hubris that even after going through the normal timeline of, you know, when the Ancient One dies, he picks up the mantle of being Sorcerer Supreme, blah 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 blah. And this is, I believe, this is like what I think it was like pre his showing up in like Thor Ragnarok, right? I think. So this is like in between that time before that, and then obviously before Infinity War or whatever. And then it's like this dude is just sitting here all the time, so like, yeah, I'm gonna go back and save her. It's like, okay, you probably shouldn't do that. And then I thought it was hilarious that the fact that no matter what he did, if he went another way, if he left her alone, if they went to go get pizza, she got shot. Like, it was just like, what the fuck? Like, it did not matter.
They were creative with it. Like, it was to the point to where, like, they actually got there to the dance, and she had a fucking heart attack. And the other one, it was like, the hospital blew up. It was like, damn, you can't win for shit. Like, she's just dying.
This was the Doctor Strange episode?
Yeah.
He basically just kept losing her every single time. Like, he wasn't even there for it, and she still.
Did somebody curse him or something, or what?
No.
This is like one of those set point things that they had established in the episode.
This is this is a reality where, you know how Izzy in the Crash, he's by himself and he gets his hands fucked up, right? And that's his whole purpose for becoming Doctor Strange. In this universe, Christine went with him to that dinner he was going to, and instead of him losing his hands, she died, basically. And he just went back in time and started reliving that like over and over until he just lost his mind. And honestly, I gotta say, when he started absorbing extra dimensional creatures, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Bro.
That's
like,
where I said that felt like the Love, Death, and Robot part, because this man was turning into octopi. He was turning into like two-headed horn beasts. I was like, Jesus. But and then man, the amount of times you seen that car flip off the cliff like that was just like, I kind of got tired of it because it just kept landing the same way and just hearing Strange go, no, oh God, baby.
And then the last time that finally broke his mind is when he let her drive, and she still died, even though he was a passenger. He just crawled out the car. He said,
yeah.
That episode was great, man. I think that was my favorite one thus far. It's crazy that literally until he reabsorbed the other half of himself, that he realized he fucked up. And it's just like, bro, you are an idiot, man. How many people told you shouldn't have went down this path, and now you're talking about, save the girl, save her. It's like what? Like, bro, it's like you fucked up. You literally got your whole universe erased. Like, it's crazy.
There's a theory about that, about like the ending, but there was also a bunch of theories for some reason people were trying to put out there because there is some correlation. Well, the correlation was that was supposed to be what Doctor Strange was in No Way Home, but the theory that someone posted on Reddit was that what if that version of Doctor Strange became Dormammu? Because because the fact that Dormammu was voiced by Benedict Cumberbatch.
Wait,
and I think he had like the same feature. Yeah, apparently he was. And actually, I need to double check because I heard people say that, but I don't.
If that's the case, that's actually crazy.
Yeah, because basically, hang out. Where the fuck is this? Dormammu, I've come to bargain. Where are you at? I can't for some reason find out where he's at. But let's just say he is Dormammu. Like he has voiced it. Basically, the theory is that he's actively trying to recreate his universe or his reality, and he's spending his time in this dark dimension, which technically is true because that shit is dark as hell, and he's cocooned in this little hexagonal little
bubble.
Cocoon. Yeah, and they're saying like this could be the reason why Dormammu was obsessed with Doctor Strange's main timeline, because of the fact that he was so hell-bent on getting Doctor Strange's reality because of the fact that it had everything that he wanted because Christine was still alive and all this other stuff was going on. So, and then he also says too, like, it would make sense because of the fact that this version of Doctor Strange and What If is so old that he could have forgotten like what he was doing. Because remember, he spent like thousands of years
just
into
absorbing,
the past.
Yeah, just absorbing creatures for that entire time, and it's just like that shit is crazy.
I see it though too. It says Cumberbatch also portrays villainous entity Doctor Dormammu, so that is true.
Wow.
Well, that is
pretty wild. Yeah, that's an interesting theory. But the only thing that kind of throws a wrench in that I would think is the fact that even though this Doctor Strange is what you would more so consider an anti-hero or just evil, I guess, but he's still gonna join their Guardians of the Galaxy or whatever team they're doing, like with Captain Carter and Party Thor and all that stuff. So I don't know, unless it's like an alternate version that, I don't know. But yeah, I just
like the fact that he was getting so powerful that even the Watcher was getting concerned. Yeah. He was like, should I step into this? Because this guy's kind of fucking up my job a little bit.
Bro, the Watcher is never going to get involved with
he didn't.
He didn't, but he was just like, he was talking, and Doctor Strange is getting so powerful that when the Watcher was talking to us, Doctor Strange heard him, and he was like, hello? Like, who said that?
Yeah, no, he literally did. And at the end of the episode, like, he was trying to save like his reality, and he was pleading with the Watcher to do something. The Watcher was like, "Yeah, nigga, yeah, you made your bed, lay in it. Goodbye." Yeah, and just left.
The Watcher, I'm not gonna say he's a dick, but he's a dick, bro. Like, this man never does anything.
Well,
like,
if you know his backstory,
he does not help nobody. Like, he would just sit and watch everything unfold. Like, your universe is getting destroyed. Well, tough shit. There are other universes out there.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. As far as like the backstory, because like I think originally Uatu and his people, they were advanced enough to help other beings and societies, and they tried, which I just thought that was funny. They tried with this one place. I forget the name of the aliens they helped out, but basically they gave them a whole bunch of technology or whatever, right? That race went on to be super advanced as well. And what happens? That race devolves into a nuclear war and destroys themselves. So then, when Uatu and them see that, they're like, no. So we're just stopping. Like, yeah, they were just...
plan. They just said, we're all Zamasu right here. Except I'm just not going to actually do anything. I'm just going to watch.
Yep. They basically said, yeah, we obviously don't have the means or the capabilities to just stop shit like this from happening. So we're just going to chronicle and watch everything. And if you break the rules, nigga, you a bitch. That's basically.
I kind of wonder though if the Watcher's role in the MCU is to
different.
Prevent the Beyonders from breaking in.
Yeah.
Just because of the fact that those niggas are super powerful to the point where they kill Thor and Hyperion when they started to invade. They ripped off Thor's arm and gouged out Hyperion's eyes, and they said, "Yeah, now run them fades."
Dude, if they ever do the Beyonders, like, that shit is gonna be so fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so wild because you're just gonna see people dying left and right. That's all you're gonna see.
They're probably only gonna do that in animation form, or they're gonna do it like way down the road. Right now, and they're trying to build another
Secret Wars for
Secret Wars or Avengers shit. So they're not gonna.
I mean, they could conclude to that, like where the aftermath was like, okay, who caused this amalgamation of different universes, and then they come to a conclusion like, oh shit, these things called the Beyonders. That could be like the complete finale to just the MCU in total, because of the fact that those are real end game kind of people right there, because they did that shit off an experiment,
bro.
Like some
those
sixth grade science experiment.
Those guys were so powerful. They killed the Living Tribunal, bro.
Yeah,
that's how powerful those niggas are.
In every universe.
That's insane. Like, that's just how is that possible, man? It's just crazy. It's insane.
Thor was able to only kill one of them, but with all his strength, and then like about 50 of them, a whole pack of them, came out, and he was just like, "Well, I'll see you in Valhalla, my brother." And he said, "Yeah." So we just got demolished. Aren't nothing but the Asgardian gravy, basically.
I mean, Thor, if it comes to hitting people, like, he's the champion that, but when it comes to people who are starting to do reality warping shit, Thor can do.
Well, that's just really, it. They're not even reality warpers. They're just fucking, like, extremely powerful. Like, it's just crazy. And then, honestly, if they do it, I mean, if they end up doing like Battle War with that shit, because the way they even got defeated was fucking insane. Like, Doctor Doom basically just took a whole bunch of molecule men, put them in a ball, and made a bomb out of them. Threw that shit in there.
He took one of the other. I think was it one of the other Beyonders? Because there's like two separate Beyonders. There's the Beyonders, which is like an alien race, and then there is the Beyonder.
Well, as far as I know, though, not to cut you off, the Beyonder is still considered one of their race. They called him a child, I guess, from what Rob said.
Oh,
he's a part of their race. It's just like he's an infant to them. Basically.
For some reason, who also looks like a 30-year-old man, but apparently Doctor Doom was the one who stole his power. He became all dripped in white, all church-like and everything. And he just said, "Yeah, I'm taking over this shit." And the fact that he literally ripped Thanos' spine from his head out of his body and turned him to dust was just an indication to let everyone know, yeah, y'all not winning this one right here. I'm just letting you know right now.
Man, I still find it funny though. Even after all that power he gained, he still felt inadequate to Reed. So much so that he didn't even kill him. He let him take the Beyonder power and then basically remake the entire multiverse, which is like, that shit is insane. But yeah, that if they had ever adapted that story would be insane. That would have to be like a fucking 4-part movie or some shit.
You're just gonna have a story where all the heroes are dying. Congratulations, you're gonna give a bunch of kids a nightmare.
Good.
All their favorite heroes just getting murdered on screen.
Maybe then they'll do the. Maybe then they'll do like fucking. Man, I always know we talk about it, but I just really wish they would have kept in that scene from Endgame where Thanos, when he came from the past, and this nigga just threw Captain America's head at the rest of the Avengers' feet. He said, "This yours?" And it's just like, oh. That shit would have been
Scott
so
means
crazy.
fitness.
Yeah, this shit would have been crazy. Oh, that's one thing I meant to bring up too. Wait, no, that's the last episode I was thinking about. Fuck, I don't know. I was just going off a tangent. I was thinking about how in the last episode, did we talk about that though? Like how since there's only like Captain America and Captain Marvel, like that universe is fucked because as soon as Thanos like. He would pretty much jumpstart his search for the Infinity Stones, right? So, which means because he doesn't have Loki to start off that invasion, he's gonna be like, "Yeah, I think I'm just gonna start now." And when he does it,
Ronan.
oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
All Loki could be could be like a twister and somehow join the Avengers and help them to stop it because now he's pretty much in charge of Earth. He doesn't want lunatics coming to his planet and fucking that shit up.
That is true. That is true. I didn't think about
that's the thing though, because Thanos didn't have to fight any of the Asgardians because of the fact that they were mostly killed by Hela anyways.
Right.
Yeah.
So he could pretty much say like, yeah, this is my planet, so I ain't about to go and let you stop trying to like dance all over it.
True.
I still think they would have lost though.
No, yeah, because yeah, all you have is Captain America, Captain Marvel. Nigga, you're not even gonna have Black Panther. They don't even know they exist because they have all that cloaking shit. And then who else?
Black
Spider-Man.
Panther's dad, or T'Challa's dad, would not have gotten involved. He didn't even want to do that anyways. Like,
right?
Just off of rip, because the fact that he was just like, yeah, you leave your cousin off to his lonesome in Oakland. Am I gonna take him in because of the fact that he's also part of Wakanda? Nah, his dad was a traitor, so I'll treat him as like 1-2. Like,
you basically
made. Not give a fuck.
No, he really did.
No.
You made your own enemy. Like that's just why you literally. I mean, he would have been an unruly kid, of course.
But that's the thing, though. That's the thing. It's the price of being a king. And the price of being like the Black Panther, because you can like just trying to balance that shit out. It's like something that you have to do. Put like the greater good of a nation and your people over the greater your like personal ties to your brother or your family member.
Right.
Because if he would have just allowed his brother to keep doing what he was doing, eventually Wakanda was going to get revealed and they would have been at war with the rest of the world.
Right.
But he still could have took in Killmonger.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Like,
he could have taken him in, but that's the thing. Eventually, Killmonger was old enough to know like that guy fucking killed his dad. So that would have still created a conflict eventually in the future. And you don't want somebody who's completely training.
You could, well, actually, no. Maybe that would have been worse because maybe if he would have been in Wakanda and they took
it, would have been worse.
He would have started a coup probably.
Because he would have been training every Wakanda. Like this guy, like he was already deadly just by growing up outside of Wakanda already. But if you would have grown up in Wakanda and still harbor that like hatred for his uncle and had all the training that all of him had, because eventually he would be over here being like T'Challa's rival and shit, right. And shit would have gone like he would have, instead of what's his name probably fighting him for the throne.
Oh yeah, it would have been him.
Killmonger who would have fought him.
They should honestly make a movie. Now that you're saying that, it would have been a really good movie if Killmonger did actually become Black Panther.
Shit.
And like his past was like so mysterious because he was like, yeah, I got adopted by my uncle and I became the Black Panther, but then I came across this conspiracy where like my dad was murdered, but it turns out it was my uncle. That'd be a good movie, actually.
They should do a what if about that, actually. That would be sick.
That's probably what's gonna happen though, where he ends up rescuing Tony. I think that's the next episode, but
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait, man. What if has been so good so far, man. It's just cool.
It's been really entertaining.
It's cool to see all these different things happening, things that don't even really just defy the MCU, you know, this far. As long as
I'm really tired of people though saying it's like, well, where is TVA in this? Like,
nigga,
the TVA.
If we gotta say it one more goddamn time, they don't exist. Like, they can't do anything.
Right.
If you haven't watched Loki, you need to watch it in order to understand what if. Exactly.
Yeah.
Good God.
That's the entire reason What If came after freaking Loki.
Yeah,
because,
and even if they were, they're not gonna have the manpower for it because there's like hella multiverse or branching timelines at this point. They can't go to every one. Like what?
And also, even if they do go to those universes, like they're not gonna be. What are they gonna do over there? Because within those guys' universe, they all those beings in there are freaking as powerful as they can be.
Exactly. And
so
especially now you have all these, you know, the big bad is going to be Kang now, right? You have all these other versions of Kang. Like, what the fuck? Get these niggas out of here. Just
unless you're pulling them into your TBA place and like depowering them, there ain't no way you guys are going to be doing shit to these guys anyway. So
exactly. I mean, shit, that was established in Loki itself. Fucking Sylvie was beating the shit out of these niggas.
Right.
Like, just by herself. Like, so, yeah. They're not that strong, honestly.
Yeah.
So
overall, I'm really liking this too. I'm liking how dark it's actually getting because I've seen so much kiddie Marvel shit, and the fact that they've never really taken it to a dark spot yet. I mean, it's rare when they do, especially like when it came to Avengers. But like this right here is exactly what I needed.
Yeah, man. Great. It's a great thing.
Yeah.
But where do we go next?
Well, the China ban thing, boy, your chances of getting a Predator is like exponentially higher now because of the fact that these kids can't play games for more than 3 hours a week.
What the fuck, dude? Yeah,
so China decided to put this ban, which I mean. Honestly, there's nothing we could do about it, and even if there was, I don't even want to fuck with China anyways. If there was a chance, I could, just because they terrify me as a nation.
They're striving to create the ultimate race of humans, bro.
If they say so, but I mean, like, they decided to make this thing where they're like, yeah, so kids have this this unholy addiction. They call it spiritual opium, where kids are very addicted to gaming. And so they said, yeah, if you're under 18, yeah, you can only get to play a game. Oh, no, I lied. You only get to play 1 hour a day from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Only on Fridays and Saturdays. Oh, that is 3 hours a week. That fucking sucks. So basically, you get to play three games, 3 rounds of Apex if you wanted to.
How would they like monitor that? Are they gonna have like a chip in your system or something?
The entire country internet system is being monitored, bro. Yeah. Like they're frowning upon people using VPN. Like they're banning a lot of VPNs in China. So
I don't even think VPNs are even legal.
No, it's not. It's not. They banned those shits in China.
Oh
yeah. God, so like.
Their entire internet activity is being monitored.
Yeah, there's a reason why Google is not accessible in there's a reason why Google is not accessible in China. There's a story where like this one exchange student somehow managed to access Google, and the entire power went off because China was like, yeah, that shit. And when they had to explain, they said, oh, sorry, stupid American decided to.
They have their own. They have their own search engine, which is
very, very outdated and misinformed. But they're doing this right here.
As fuck.
No. They're doing this right here, and it's just like, man, this. Oh my gosh, I feel so bad for these kids right here. I mean, not really, because again, Beam, see you in Predator. But
it's still hard. We're fucking diamond stuck. Well, actually, I shouldn't say we're diamond stuck. Like we've actually been LFGing because like we're just tired of having a random. But it's still not any easier, honestly. But that's pretty funny.
It's just fucking weird. I mean, China. I had this thing in my notes too where I was talking about the social credit because China implemented this feature, and I say like a feature like it's DLC, but like the whole social credit thing where it's like if you don't talk good about the nation, your credit score goes down, your social credit score goes down to where you can't apply for a loan, you can't get a house, you can't do certain things that we
like. It pays for your neighbors to snitch on you, bro.
Yeah, so like if your neighbor catches
if your
you
neighbor,
something,
doing something bad,
what
if they snitch on you, they get
Yeah.
they get social credit.
if they hear you say I don't like China,
The
they're like,
government, yep.
get him. That's what he said. That's what he said. And they're like, guess what?
Bro.
You got a social credit of 450. Good luck. You want to buy that? You want to buy that?
You ain't getting a plane
pull-out
ticket
mattress?
anywhere, bro. You ain't getting that fucking pull-out mattress. Like, yeah, good luck, bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
You want to apply for a job?
bro.
Yeah, fuck that.
So-
Fuck that shit. I don't care if you got a PhD. You ain't getting that job. Fuck that.
So like, can they not eat? Can they not leave either? Like, if they wanted to.
No, bro. You can't get a plane ticket. Did you just not hear what I say? You can't get a plane ticket to leave and go anywhere, bro. If your social credit is not good, you're fucked, bro.
Yeah, you're screwed. You're a prisoner.
Oh my.
Bro, if you
that
talk
sounds
so
like
much
a
shit, I'm
really
pretty sure they just send you to jail at that point.
Yeah,
They
they're
sound
gonna
you a
they're gonna
really
send you to the
shitty place,
re-education camp. Did you
I
forget
was
about
gonna,
that
put,
shit?
I was gonna say quote unquote re-education when they
They're gonna
beat you with, like
re-educate
sticks and shit tied behind a chair. they like
Bro.
they do like some Last Airbender Lake Laogai shit.
There's no war in Boston, say.
Yeah, beat the fuck out of you. Rocks and sticks.
That sounds like an awful place.
Bro, there's a reason why when we had this conversation, I said
have you been dreaming when we all
I remember, but it's just like this example here. It's just like, what,
bro? That shit has been going on for a while. That's why if you're black, don't just stay out of fucking China. They don't like black people over there anyway. So just yeah.
But it makes me wonder, though, because of the fact that gaming companies like Tencent, which owns a very, very large
almost everything
amount
over there
of mobile games, to the point to where everything that you talk about, Candy Crush, all that shit, they have a stake in that right there. So if this is going to be implemented, it makes me wonder how Tencent is going to be affected, because it already says their stocks fell 2% for some of their shareholders.
Bro, China's been trying to like get rid of like capitalist like companies that are just like free market company, bro. Like half of the corporations in China's been getting sued like left and right with embargoes and all kinds of crazy shit just to shut their asses down. Like every corporations that is over there now are getting folded into the government instead of it being like a free market capitalism. They're just folded into the government.
And that's why I say it adds to my point to where I say China is terrifying. China owns so much. They're not just games. They own half the NBA. If you think I'm kidding, you remember when they had that free Hong Kong shit and LeBron James and everyone was like saying, "Oh, free Hong Kong." Yeah, the reason why they stopped is because China said, knock that shit off.
Yep.
Shut that shit down and keep on balling. You fuck. Like,
yep.
These niggas are the end game right here.
Oh my god.
I'm not capping on that right there. So
what
fuck?
Holy
little
shit.
Kids who are like from the ages of 5 to 17, good luck. Have fun reading books.
and,
only playing 3 hours a week.
The best Einstein you could be. Because now, if you're not building a fucking rocket, you're not doing it right in this society that you're living in. Gotta be getting all A's and shit.
I ain't gonna lie. If I was in China and I was a kid like that, I would strive so hard to just be an exchange student. I would never come back.
Yeah, they can still request your ass to come back. You think they're playing? They got consulates in every country in the world. They'll find your ass and kidnap you and take you back if they need your ass.
They can't do that. I mean, they probably could.
They will if you got enough talent that which they consider an asset. They would find your ass and bring your ass back.
Leave if they had that, if they knew that. But I mean, like, if you're just a student and you're an exchange student, I mean, you have like visas and stuff like that which expire.
Of course.
But then, after that point, you would have to go back. But like, if you, I guess, illegally stayed, and then you got your citizenship, after that point, China can't do nothing. They have no jurisdiction to do that. That's where the immigration laws come in, to where they have that sort of agreement. At least I would think so. But good luck, niggas. Like,
sucks to be over there, but
yeah.
But that's the thing. Like, the there are people who are living over there who are living like the best life that they could ever live because like they are fully integrated into that system and they don't know anything else and it's like a great lifestyle for them. So we who have this,
so much rather live in South Korea or Japan.
But that's the thing, though.
Sorry,
you have like the people who are living those in China, like that's all they have known their entire life, and if somebody from the outside come and tell them like something else, even though it sounds like great or whatnot, but like they'll still tell you like China is better because that's what they have known their entire life, and they don't see that system as anything bad because
that's indoctrination. Right?
They have, I was just about to say indoctrination.
If you like ask, or if you get the chance to somehow ask a Chinese citizen who is not under direct pressure, or i.e. having a gun to their face, they'd probably say this shit sucks because keep in mind this is the same country or continent where if you get into an accident, you have a better chance at actually making an escape because if you don't, then you have to pay for your damages and the other person's damages. So what that ends up leading to is people getting ran over, and they're just like, I'm just gonna pretend nothing happened. Hey, right. How you doing? Like, like.
I mean, even though we're laughing, we're kind of laughing about this shit, but this shit is like a really terrible shit, and like
it's very bad.
It's very bad, man. Like,
that's fucking terrible.
Sucks to be living over there, but then again, like I said, if a fish who's living in a pond haven't been in the ocean before, it doesn't know what the fuck it's missing. It's gonna enjoy the fuck out of that damn pond, because that's all it knows.
It's true.
Yep. But man, that this really does make me want to go to Korea, just because of the fact that I've always wanted to.
Oh, don't worry, Korea's gonna get folded into China eventually.
No, I mean. Possibly, but
the only way like Korea may not get folded into China if they finally like agree to stop that stupid North Korea and South Korea bullshit and try to become one. But like other world governments is not going to allow them to do that shit anyway. So that's like a conundrum that they're in right now. If they ever do come to
but that's a very complex it's a very complex system because South Korea is has one of the best distributors of technology, i.e. Samsung.
Right.
That goes into China, China does the manufacturing and stuff like that and yada yada yada. They all make their deals and stuff like that. It's how each economy is able to stay afloat. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm not into geopolitics or anything like that. I just think it sucks for these kids right here. They're only going to be able to play a couple matches at Apex, and they just got to get told to turn that shit off involuntarily. They're gonna be in a match.
they're gonna even have their parents snitching on them.
It's gonna have one other squad. They're like, oh, I'm almost got a pew, and it's done. They said, guess what? Time to go to bed. Sayonara.
They're all just gonna be a bunch of dog kids running around in fucking China because they just do all work, no fucking play, man. Serious and motherfucker have a really fucking no sense of humor whatsoever. They don't know how to have fun. They don't know how to have fun for nothing.
Yep.
That's oof.
What? Oh well.
Yeah.
I just want to say, oh gosh, I don't even know where to go. That's such a fucked up reality. Yeah, it's such a fucked up reality. I'm only laughing because of the fact that it's a defense mechanism. That's it. But
yeah, pretty much.
Because oh my god, bro.
I just wanted to talk about the Donda album release and the Donda streaming device that was $200. Now, I don't know who's actually willing to pay. Actually, I do know someone. Me and Beam know him, not directly but indirectly from high school. But this dude decided to buy it.
If you're talking about who I think you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, this dude bought a $200 streaming device, which, I mean, you know what? If you, I wonder if people realize that even if you do make a fire remix, I wonder if Kanye is just gonna take that shit and call it his own, which I feel like he would do that. Where you're gonna be like, oh man, I made this epic remix right here. I'm gonna try to get like credit for it. Nah, it's not gonna work like that. You just did charity. You just did volunteer service. Which I had to say though too, the Donda album is really good. Like this thing had 27 songs, and at first when I saw it, I was like, holy shit, man! Like I'm gonna have to listen to this piece by piece. And when I first listened to it, I was like, this album's kind of weird. But then I found out that Universal released this shit beyond, or Universal released this album before Kanye gave the approval. So Kanye was adding songs and updating the album on like Apple Music or Spotify and stuff like that. So after like a few days, it sounded a lot better. The Donda chant thing threw me off. Beam and Izzy, if you guys listen to it, you're gonna be like, man, what is this? But it's kind of sad because of the fact that the Donda chant is essentially his mom's final heartbeats, and it's saying her name over and over again, and like it will slow down and it would be fast, and it would slow down and really sad. It reminds me of that Hey Mama song a little bit, but as like an epilogue. But there are 3 songs that I really like on this album that I just constantly listen to. It's Remote Control, Jail, and Hurricane. Funnily enough, Hurricane was on his supposed Yandi album that was supposed to be released before he actually released Ghost. And honestly, I feel like Hurricane was what's that one song that Kanye? I gotta look it up real quick. There's this one song that Kanye did in his Children See Ghost shit that I really liked, but Hurricane with The Weeknd just kind of scratched that itch that I feel like it was missing from that song. Jail had Jay-Z in it. I mean, boy, that I told these guys that this shit shouldn't have worked because it almost sounded a little corny, but as it was going on, you're like, okay, this kind of song gives me like a very summer vibe, which I felt like the album in total kind of brought me back to like summer 2012 because just everything that had it, like the energy, and the lyrics and stuff and the beat. Kanye fucking tore it up with the production of like the music beat. How he managed to do gospel and a drill beat in the same song is just beyond me, but he did that shit. And I think lastly right here too, Soulja Boy apparently not apparently, he got cut out. His verse got cut out from Remote Control. I listened to his verse. This shit was ass. Nigga sick to pirating Nintendo properties because that shit was awful. Dog, that shit was so bad, man. He was mumbling and everything, and I was like, what is this? Because again, if you listen to Remote Control, it has this easy, like very, very soothing melody to it. The lyrics were nice. It's one of those songs that you can literally listen to if you're driving like down a highway at night with a bunch of lights. It's one of those like late night drives kind of songs to me. But when Soulja Boy was on it, I was like, nigga, who the fuck are you? This is the same man right here who's lying, who says he's a CEO of Atari, which is incorrect. And even if you are, why would you want to be the CEO of a failed company? What? And then he's so salty that he's talking about I smashed Kim Kardashian first. Nigga, who cares? Who cares? This is 2008. Like that whole like I hit it first thing with Kim Kardashian is so played out. Kim don't even look like that no more. She's not even human. Who cares?
Yeah, bro, like Soulja, I mean, he's in that group. We talked about this group before where you have the corny niggas of music. Like him, Bow Wow, all these rest of these niggas. They just, like, especially Soulja, though, like, this nigga is just, I don't know what's wrong with this man. I really don't. Like, his antics are just, I don't know. Because we all remember Drake? It's like,
that was a very funny interview, though. That was a very funny interview. I mean, he was gassed up on his own supply, but it was just the fact that he's trying to take credit for being the first. Dog, no one cares.
Yeah, no,
Literally,
he really
no one gives a shit.
has an obsession with this first thing. Like, he's like, yeah, I'm the first rapper with an iPhone. Okay, nigga, what does that have to do with anything? Like, why? Like, what the fuck? Like, it's just weird, man. I mean, it is funny to laugh at him, though, so. Yeah, continue
it's
being
really funny, but
continue being entertainment.
Yeah, continue being an idiot, man.
I think he knows that he has that entertainment value, so he just go on his tirades and just continues whatever he's doing because that's the way he stays relevant, bro.
Actually, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But it's just like, you know what? If he actually put in the time to actually say, like, okay, I feel like Soulja Boy, if he did have the capital like he says he does, he could actually make his own game developing studio. Call that shit Soulja Gaming. That's all you have to do.
He could, but he's not gonna do that.
No, he's not.
It's better to run on a brand name that is already in existence.
Yeah, but that's so stupid though. That's the thing. That's the thing about these rappers is like they don't take the time to invest in themselves beyond their own music. That they're wondering why like people like Lil Pump is struggling to stay relevant. J. Cole was right on that shit on 1985. He was so correct. And Soulja Boy could literally do the same thing as Rihanna on a different, well, not as close as Rihanna. I'm not gonna say it again.
Nah, Rihanna is
totally differently. Yeah, she's like on a totally different league. But I mean, as far as starting your own company and stuff like that, like
I mean, he has the brand recognition. He just got to like put in his own stuff, you know.
He has to put in the work for it. He has to put in the work for it. Shit. Bro, if he actually did that, I'm pretty sure he would be successful. Because you know what? Guess what he could do if that was the case? He could make his own gaming studio, end up buying the Def Jam property so he can make Def Jam little rapper fight shit.
That would be fucking cool.
You know, people been asking for that.
Yeah, he could just release that shit annually. Like, you know how many people will buy that shit every year?
That's what I'm saying. That's all you have to do. That's literally all you have to do. Like, I mean, that's not gonna say that's gonna be successful. That's gonna be the guaranteed thing, but it's a start.
It's a start.
Instead of just saying, "Oh, I'm gonna sell some knockoff Nintendo consoles, and I'm gonna say I own Atari."
Because there's just so many potential in hip hop for gaming, dude. Like,
yes,
you could even make like your own version of like a rap game, like kind of how Guitar Hero had it, and still
bring back Def Jam or anything, like yeah, bro. It's
so many potential there. Especially like Soulja Boy has that like I don't know, is he a millennial? Whatever, but like he has that millennial potential where like he knows shit that is like cool and shit, like technology and whatnot. So like he could get in there, but like I don't know. It's just I think he just have that.
I thought he was leaning in that direction because like I started using Twitch a lot more, and this was in the periods where he was just not really doing anything, like not being outrageous. I mean, and I was just randomly on Twitch and I saw him just playing games. I was like, okay, nigga. I mean, at least you're not being an idiot. So I thought maybe he was pivoting in a different direction. Obviously not. So,
I mean, I'm sorry, but if you're an influential person and you're playing games, that's not very hard. It's really not.
No, it's not.
That's like one of the easiest things you can do. Snoop Dogg does it on his off time.
Everybody is just gonna come and watch you anyway.
Yeah,
true.
I mean,
True.
T-Pain is on Twitch. He's not playing games, I think. Maybe he does, but like
he a couple of times like he plays like MLB and sometimes like Madden and basketball games, but
yeah,
he's got a great setup too. But yeah,
no, his intro for his Twitch streams are the best. It's like, man, I'm so glad T-Pain is still here. Just
like he's awesome, man.
Yeah, like T-Pain is cool, dude.
He's a great artist.
He is.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know, Soulja Boy, you're like a fucking clown, dog. Like, just do your own thing. And it leads me to this thing right here too. When I say like, just put in the work for it and see where you get. There's this idiot right here who decided to quit his 6-figure job, $100K a year, to try to work for Logan Paul. Snuck into this event. I think this is post his boxing match because I think
it was after the match.
Yeah, so he snuck in. He drove all the way to Cleveland. He said, "Yeah, I quit my job, and I just want to see if I get a job from you. You're the guy." And I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna give credit to Logan Paul because despite all the stupid shit he's done personally, he's actually kind of proven himself to be a pretty decent person. Like he's actually built his reputation. I think kind of both the brothers have.
Yeah, that's one thing I can't fault them is, hey nigga, they making money. Whether you think blessed of them or not, or that they're corny, I mean,
no, it's not even that. It's like these guys. Logan Paul actually gave him solid advice because the fact that he has something that anyone who actually
what are your qualifications?
Exactly, because the fact this guy came in with no game plan. I cannot believe
he doesn't bring a resume, bro. He just walk up to this man and told him.
Wait, you're telling me this nigga just went off the strength,
bro?
Yeah.
No.
Oh my god.
Up to him, bro, and talked about he want to work for him.
He's literally snuck in. He said, "You're the guy that I need to talk to because I just want to act. I want to act and I want to do all these things right here that you do. So I want to work for you."
Right.
But the thing is, though, is like he had no game plan. He just said, "I'm just gonna quit my very, very stable job," which for someone his age, because he said he was 22 with a 6-figure job, is something beyond normal. It's an anomaly because it's unheard of for people our age or younger.
Right.
Quit that job. Decided to come over here with no game plan, and when Logan Paul asked him, he said, "What do you?"
Lying. I don't know what kind of job that he had that was paying him that amount, but his employers were they should be happy to fucking get rid of that idiot.
And no, see, here's the point that I was gonna point out too, because of the fact that I'm pretty sure the job this guy had was just handed to him, and he kind of expected the same thing from Logan Paul because of the fact that if he was smart, I don't even say it's just white privilege. I just think it's just
the job being if it's what we're saying it is. That's
like there's nobody who will actually work hard to get a job that pays that much and fucking just up and leave it and trying to go and get another job without
that was
even
his
a common sense, right?
Yeah.
If before you get another job, or should I say before you quit your current job, make sure you already have another job to go to. That's just common sense.
Exactly.
That's just
standard.
Practical sense.
Common sense. Which is
but the thing is, though, but the thing is, though, it's just the fact that if this guy was actually smart, and which is what Logan Paul pointed out, if he was smart, he would have just bought the equipment himself. It's not above his means. If he really wanted to do the shit that he wanted to do, he could have bought the equipment, bought a green screen,
and do it himself.
Bought all the lights and everything.
Right.
Yeah,
you have the money, right?
Exactly.
Like, you don't want to pay. You don't want to pay rent. Or I mean, you don't want to fucking like do your job on a regular basis, because I know that job doesn't fucking make him work like 9 to 5. It's probably something that probably is.
He probably works like 32 hours.
80 hours or some shit like that. Exactly, and still getting paid. Yeah. Jack fucks.
He's getting paid off a salary. Those kinds of jobs are paid off a salary like that. But I mean, it's just that's the thing. This guy did not come in with any game plan at all. Didn't come in with a business card, nothing like that. No innovative ideas. And he was just like, he broke down his car. He's just like, guys, I drove all the way over here, and I quit my job for this. You're a fucking loser.
I don't feel bad for
that at all. Bro. You can't tell me that if you had the motivation to do what he did, that you would have done the research yourself.
And I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, he didn't learn his lessons from this shit at all. He's just gonna give him another job.
Yeah, because the truth is like, you know what, him crying on the internet, going viral, he kind of knew it. I feel like he was
he knew that shit was gonna happen.
Because he was gonna be like, well, I don't think he knew it was gonna happen. I think he was completely surprised. But I think that
he's gonna try to use this shit as a platform now.
Well, not as a platform to get his job back.
No, not to get his job back. That shit ain't gonna happen. That shit.
It might. I don't know. Who knows?
It depends. If his dad owned a company that he works at, then yeah.
Exactly. But it's just, you guys are right. Honestly, if you're gonna look for another job, make sure you have one job already secured, because like I cannot stand that sort of sense of instability, where like you just like, I'm gonna just go ahead and go off of a win right here, or a wing, whatever this phrase is called, and just say, hey, I'm just gonna get this job. Yeah, a whim. I'm gonna go on a whim and say, yeah, I'm just gonna get this job, quit a very stable one, and be like, hey,
that's just irresponsible, bro. Like
it's totally irresponsible.
Fucking irresponsible.
You know how much $100K for yourself alone will get you?
Right.
Like, even if you didn't have a family, you could survive for the rest of your life. Like, this guy, I mean, despite the fact he has his little bitch tears in his face, like, he looks healthy. He doesn't look stressed.
Right.
He looks like he lives a very comfortable life.
And what's funny though, because like I think like Logan Paul is like, dude, like he said something about being like a role model or something, and like Logan Paul was like, dude, I need fucking role model, dude. I'm kind of fucked up, and you over here coming over here talking about you want me to be your role, like you want me to be your role model. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro?
That's the reason why, like I said, I commend Logan Paul for like maturing, or just the Paul brothers in general for maturing, because I feel like if he was like 3 years younger, he would entertain this guy, and then he would have fucking dropped him like a couple of weeks later. That's just the reality of it.
That's just the maturity of them, like over time learning our lessons and shit. So like, I guess,
sure.
I guess. Well, I mean, that's what I can. That's how I can put it though, because like this is like the typical. I guess this guy's been watching like the earlier Logan Paul and like videos and shit, so he thought they were still that way. I don't know, because I guess that's what his entire shtick was, because that guy is fucking stupid. That seems like the typical decision that they would have been making like around 2008 and 2014 and 15 or whatever the fuck, when they filmed that damn people who were dead in the damn fucking forest or whatever that shit. That was like a glorified fucking stupidity.
If people are still trying to go back to something that happened technically 7 years ago, I don't know what to tell you, man. I really don't. Times change. Time continues and moves forward. This guy right here, I don't know. It makes you question, though. It's like, would you rather work with a content creator, or would you rather stay a fan? Because I think the best thing for me, at least, is like, you're going to a content creator, you're expecting entertainment, versus actually working with the content creator. You're going behind the scenes.
Bro, if you're gonna do that shit, just ask a person for pointers in how to create your own shit, bro, instead of fucking like trying to go and say you want to work for this person, because this person already have his own stuff going on. You don't think they want to fucking like add you on that team anyway, because that team is like, that shit is already working, which is why they're successful. So they don't need you. So just ask for pointers and like how you can build your shit and get to that level if you can.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I would rather just stay a fan. Like, I feel like there's only like some content creators I would work for, just because as like an artist who does like just like illustrations and stuff like that. There was a point in time where I was trying to connect with like the Black Hokage. I was trying to send my portfolio, and I was like thinking, I was like, you know what? Not saying that I could have gotten it, but it's just like, I think I'd rather stay a fan instead of having to actually like be a part of his circle like that, his like business circle. Right. And again, I'm not saying that I would have had a chance to actually do it. There's no indication that I would have actually guaranteed had it, but like, to me, it's just like you're gonna get disappointed.
What led you to that?
Well, because he was talking about how he wanted some he wanted some artists to do some. I think he wanted like some promo thing. He wanted like some cover art for some of his podcasts and stuff like that, and his merch. And I was telling him on stream, I was like, yeah, I could do it. And he said, yeah, send me your portfolio. And I was about to send it, but I was like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna hold off, because of the fact that it's like, to me, it's just, like I said, I would rather much stay a fan and just enjoy the content that he makes, and then try to establish a rapport with him rather than
work for him. Yeah. I mean, there's that saying, right? We've seen it time and time again. Don't meet your heroes, right?
Yeah, because if the off chance that I end up doing something or there's something that I just don't like ends up fucking it up, and you know I've watched this content creator, for example, for so many years, and it comes down to the point to where I actually don't like this person as a person. It's gonna fuck up the whole dynamic. I'm gonna be like, great, I can't watch this nigga now because I hate him, but I don't want to do that.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
I would much rather just do like work for someone who is not someone I actually actively watch.
Right.
So
not someone you like. You like. I don't want to say idolize, but like, what's another word? Yeah, just someone you've been, like you said, watched for so long, and you take pointers from, or you know, enjoy, like consuming their whatever they put out, right? So
are we gonna segue into that Twitch thing where we were talking about last time about
the protest thing? I'm not gonna lie, like it had a dramatic. It made a slight impact, but the thing of it is, though, is like we have those opportunists out there that just said, okay, well, while these people are actually doing the protest, I'm gonna stream and get my numbers up.
Of course.
Which I mean, you have to expect that.
It is always like that.
You have to expect that though,
right?
Because of the fact that there are a lot of people out there that don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Right, and not everybody. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna be like one of those person who will say like whoever was streaming at the time that people were actually like big streamers were like boycotting them, like the person who's streaming is like a bad person or whatnot, because guess what, it's also a business decision in them doing that shit. It's a good strategy. Why all the big streamers
it's a good strategy, there, but it's just like to me it's a good strategy if you suck, because of the fact
right.
that it's like you're pretty much kind of trying to take the easy way out, where like your competition is practically handicapped, or again, they're not there. So like, you know, if they're not there, then you're like, oh, okay, I have the chance now. Where if you really wanted to make a difference, you can actually put in the work and actually do something different.
It may be one of those moments where like once they build a following from doing that shit, where it's like, oh yeah, everybody's boycotting, I'm gonna be the one person who doesn't boycott. Then once they get that following, then they can join a boycott. I don't know. It's one of those situations.
That would make me respect you even less if you did that. Where it's like, I got the numbers. All right, I'm with you guys. I love you. I've always loved Black Lives Matter kind of shit. Yeah.
People gotta make that living.
Fuck out of here.
People gotta make that living.
Fuck that. There's a way. I mean, okay, you can make your living, but it's just like at that point, it's all about ethics and morality, because if you're just gonna be like, okay, let me get the numbers first and then be like, yeah, I've always just agreed with you guys, like fuck Twitch and shit like that. Like, no, I don't trust you. But who are you?
Politicians do that shit like on a daily basis.
But we don't fuck with them either, nigga.
Yeah,
for that same
fuck
fact.
with them.
Fuck
them, because like because the truth of the matter is like Twitch is putting themselves in a situation to where, you know, at some point, like I think YouTube might end up fucking over Twitch, because of the fact that you have streamers going from Twitch to YouTube. Dr. Disrespect, no one absolutely knows what's going on with Dr. Disrespect as far as why he got banned off of Twitch.
I could have swore I heard like why that happened was because he brought his camera into the bathroom or something.
But the thing is,
they said he's gonna be suing Twitch for some reason.
Yeah, but the thing is, just like that controversy happened, and then he was still on Twitch. It happened like later on at that point, which is like, if that was the case, then that should have happened a lot sooner. I don't know, but it's just like.
Wait. He got banned because he brought his camera on Twitch. People are literally in a hot tub on Twitch. Bro.
I don't think he got banned because of that per se. No, he doesn't. He wasn't told the reason. That's the reason why he's suing, because he's just like, if it was that, then I'd understand. But the fact that no one's telling me anything, then like, yeah, no, definitely I'm gonna sue. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I agree with that. Like, if I get fired, I want to know the reason why.
Exactly.
You're right. Yeah.
At least that way I learn from my lesson and not try to do it somewhere else. But you're not telling me the reason why. That doesn't make any sense.
Because how's that gonna help me in the future? Because it's just like I don't know. That's besides the point. But if if YouTube gaming ends up happening, or like just YouTube streaming, because they've already implemented like clips and stuff like that on YouTube.
Yeah, the shorts.
Yeah. So, just Twitch, you need to fix that shit right there, because they're getting lawsuit after lawsuit. Yeah, they need to fix the algorithm. They need to fix the whole shit about the hate raids and stuff like that, because it's just bullshit. So.
And this motherfuckers over here released a statement. Let me read this statement. No one should have to experience malice and hateful attacks based on who they are or what they stand for. God. This is not a community we want on Twitch. We want to know we are working hard. We want you to know that we are working hard to make Twitch a safer place for our creators. Like.
Is that it?
I hate that.
That is the most generic fucking statement you could.
And then they add another tag underneath it. We have seen a lot of the conversation about bottling, hate raids, and other forms of harassment targeting marginalized creators. You are asking us to do better. We know we need to do more to address these issues. That includes open and ongoing dialogue about creator safety. And that's it.
No dialogue.
What the
nigga,
fuck
action.
are they talking about, bro?
Yeah,
these guys, man.
Bro.
I'm so tired of this back and forth shit right here, man. Where they keep saying no one should have to experience this. Obviously,
right.
No one should have to experience it, but they do. They speak as if it's a hypothetical. Like, what are you doing? And then they're like, we need to have a healthy dialogue. Nigga, at what point does talking not work?
Bro, at this point, you gotta put in action, bro. Not fucking
That's what I'm
dialogue.
saying. Like, what are they gonna just say? Hey, this is what we're doing right here. The fact that other people on Twitter are saying, "Hey, I've created this bot right here that actually works against the hate raids." Why isn't Twitch employing those guys?
That's what I'm wondering. Because they got the entire freaking Amazon fucking backup cloud system over here on that side. So
God,
I know there's some smart people over there. Like, that is so fucking stupid.
I hate this whole thing where it's just like, we need to have a healthy dialogue. I am so tired of talking because you guys these people don't listen. At some point, you gotta crack a motherfucker in the mouth. And I'm not just saying to incite violence. I'm just saying, like, at some point, action in that sort of regard is necessary in order for something to happen. And that crack in the mouth is them actually establishing how they're gonna fix it instead of just talking. This diplomacy shit don't work.
No, it does not. And it's really just the same face. We've talked about this before, where the only reason a company is endorsing, or they change their fucking AVI on the profile pictures to a fucking fist or a flag. It's like, bro, like, honestly, just stop with the virtue signaling, man. Like, it's really just stop.
And you know they're gonna say that shit because that shit was fucking like affecting that money from the streamers who actually like did not stream. So like that should affect that money, but like they're just gonna put out this statement and not do anything about it.
Pretty much.
Which is
that was just I never read that. I didn't even know about that. But that's just like, that's so tone deaf right there.
Yeah, they just recently put out that statement today.
And the fact that some people are actually gonna buy that, it's just like it's just shocking.
Some people are already satisfied with that freaking explanation. Like,
they're just like, oh well, so long as you actually talk about it, like that's fine to me. Like,
no, my guy. That's just sometimes talking about shit doesn't work. You got to put in action, dude.
Exactly. Like, you should just, hey, we implemented this. Here's the update of how it's going to work. Let us know what happened. Like, how, in the field, like, if this is going to work for you. Like, if it's stopping this hate shit. What should have been done. Instead of, hey, let's have a healthy dialogue about what we should do. Like, what?
I can't believe I can't believe I let that shit actually anger me. Because that just blew my mind. Like, that's the kind of shit right there where I was just like, it's the reason why I say, like, I don't like talking to people about, like, black issues, of people who are, like, aren't actually black. Because of the fact that I feel like they talk about black people, but they don't talk to black people, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, they say all these things right here, but there's no solution to it. They're like, oh, if we just talk it out have a cup of tea, maybe a hot chocolate. Yeah, maybe we can actually make a change with dialogue. It doesn't work. It never works. That's beside the point. It's just no. Fuck you, Twitch. fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lame ass bums. Like.
Yeah. What the fuck, dude? Shit's crazy.
You know what? Go ahead.
No, like it's just ridiculous. Like I can't believe these people, bro.
I can't believe it either.
Or release a healthy dialogue and have a conversation. No, it's way past that point. At this point, like they're telling you to actually do something about it, not release a healthy dialogue and whatever fucking crap that you're talking about. Like that shit sounds so fucking tone deaf because like every time is the same fucking statement that it released. I wonder if they have like the same PI person who's writing that statement over and over, just fucking plagiarizing this shit over and over. It's like this work for this person. I think we'll just copy and paste this shit over here and let it go.
I mean,
PR person.
Because I don't know. At the same time, we're so accepting of words and stuff like that, where it's like, I guess if we're told that it works, then that's like good enough. But we don't actually see results. Like, I put us as a society at fault for that because of the fact that like I don't know, we just have this sort of mentality where we think that actions or words are good enough when that should never be the case at all. Like,
especially when people make these broad statements on social media, bro. Like I assume any company or corporations make these public statements on social media. That's it. We just accept this shit. That's
and you know what? Okay, I will get into it too because of the fact that this is black related. I really can't stand how we as a community are so forgiving about shit that acts against our best interests or essentially harms us.
Right.
The fact that we forgive this shit so easily and we're like, yeah, I'm just gonna pray about it and pray on you. No.
Yeah, I think we need to get more angry because everybody already perceive a lot of black people as angry anyway. So
yeah,
why? No, not violent. Get angry about stuff. Not
no. I'm saying to add on to how they view us.
Right.
Violent.
So
angry.
Like
all those things.
Stay angry about things until a solution is presented instead of just like, oh yeah, this person says something about it. Like similar, like I don't like talking about politics too much, but like it's the same thing with all these fucking lawmakers, Democrats out there who made all these damn campaign promises, and none of them have kept any of that damn promises that they made.
Boy, oh boy, do I have something to tell you off, Mike.
that is just some stupid shit, right? Like that's like that crap.
Yeah, that's like what you said, bro. It's politicians and all that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro.
They're great liars, man. They sell you things and then. Yeah, well, what they told you is not actually what is going to happen. That's the thing. Corporations are in there too.
Yeah, but I just wish that we as a people aren't
gullible. Yeah, gullible about shit like that, bro. Like, why are people just so just straight up believe people over and over? And it's just not a one-off thing. This thing happens over and over and over, and people just
name multiple examples.
Like,
we can use multiple examples, but it's just like for me, it's just I just don't like it when I feel like you're justified for being upset. I mean, and it kind of does tie into like the whole religious aspect. We're talking a whole bunch of shit right here, which we kind of I feel like we've always avoided the conversation. So to avoid controversy or possible controversy, or if people just didn't agree with this. If you don't agree, then that's okay.
Right.
This isn't an echo chamber.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, that's fine. Just move on with your life. You don't have to be angry about it. But I'm just gonna say it, like, religion has fucked over our community so much, where it's kind of fed into the whole forgiveness thing, and we literally just like, yeah. I'm just gonna tell me what God told me. I'm gonna let God handle it. Like, just pretty much just have that complete absence of accountability.
Yeah,
it's so damaging to us.
It is. Yeah, it's a very fickle thing, man. But I mean, it just goes back to indoctrination. You know, it's like all these things were taught from when we're young, and it's hard. It's hard.
It's beyond. It's a generation.
Yeah, and it's almost impossible to break at this point. It's
they call it a generational curse, but you're right. I don't know. I have like a lot of things just like within my family that trying to break and stuff like that, and it's like
same.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. But I mean, I don't know. I don't really want to go into too much detail about that per se, but I just want to speak in general.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, since we're kind of on this light shit, because last week, I'm not gonna lie, I listened to myself like just talk last episode. I was not having a good day practically the whole week, and it's just like the whole thing about like just jobs in general was just so frustrating to me because of the fact that, you know, you have these apps like Indeed, Glassdoor, Monster, if you just have no other options, and even LinkedIn. Like, the whole concept of entry-level jobs is supposed to be a foot in the door. It is called entry level.
All right. That is such bullshit. Those entry-level jobs are never fucking entry-level jobs, bro.
Yeah. It is.
This motherfucker tell you entry-level, then they ask you for fucking PhD and ask you for 5 years of experience or 10 years of experience. What the fuck how is that entry-level?
I'm not gonna lie. What I just started doing, I just kept applying anyways because of the fact that fuck you. If you're saying I need 5 years experience, how is that entry level? I'm halfway into the door. I'm in the bathroom area right now at this point. Like, what are you talking about?
Bro,
and like, it's one of the grandest paradoxes. And that didn't make a lot of sense, but it's one of the biggest paradoxes of Western civilization for some reason, where it's like a job that is, again, essentially supposed to get our foot in the door has its own prerequisites.
Right.
I'm fine if it's supposed to be a thing where it's like, hey, we want you to have at least a bachelor's degree. That's okay. But if you're saying, hey, I want you to have a bachelor's degree and have 3 years of studio production experience, like, do you honestly think that a lot of people getting out of college are going to have that experience? No. Yes, there are internships and stuff like that. But on the off chance, you don't have the time. Because even me, I didn't have the time. And it wasn't because of the fact that I was busy, like, I was busy fucking off or anything.
Because you're quarantined, bro. You couldn't go and intern anywhere.
Not only that, I had to have a job. I had to work in order to actually pay.
Stupid shit.
Exactly.
You gotta have some time to work and sleep in between that job and your fucking classes and all the other fucking shit. Like, I swear, bro. Let me stop.
Exactly. And it's just one of those things where it's just like, you know what? These people right here come to us, or not come to us. They come out here and they're like, yeah, we need a lot of people. We're actively recruiting, but you know, why aren't there people showing up? And
yeah,
I was a little confused in what I said, but you know, it reminds me of this Clubhouse room that I was in about the animation industry. And I've learned a lot because of the fact that all these people are like directors and stuff like that. And for some strange reason, they have the same conversation where they're just like, I don't understand. Surely there are animators out there, but you're not showing up. We need these people. Where are they at? And it's just like,
go back to your job posting and fucking look at the requirements you have on there.
Exactly. It's like, you dumb motherfucker. The reason why is because of the fact that you turn down people who want to experience, who actually are trying to actually learn. There's a thing called adaptability,
right,
and growth that I think people just don't understand.
Bro,
yeah.
Ben, do you remember when we used to fucking play Destiny rigorously, where like when we were doing raids, people are asking for like all these stupid ass clears and experience and shit like that.
Yes.
Then I'm like, dude, if you don't take a first-time raider into a raid and let them experience this shit and explain it to them, how are you gonna have somebody else to play the raid with in the future? Somebody has to be able to play, like, you have to take newcomers into the raid, right? Explain the raid to them, play together, and let them gain that experience. So next time, if you look on your friends list you can invite somebody who's been in the raid.
Yeah, who's been in the raid, and it makes the clears easier. You can't just negate people. It's funny you bring that up because I was talking about that same thing because, like I told you guys earlier, we've been using LFG, right, bro? The shit you see on there, like people, like, I'm a pro and you need to have a 4K 20K. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Like, you can't
ratio and all kinds of stupid ass shit.
It's dumb. Like, you can't just like block people off like that. Like, and yeah, that whole job thing, I have something to add on that too. Back when I've given up on it. Back when I was looking actively for like a work at home type shit, and Allstate is like supposedly a really good place to work, and they have the entry level section, right? But every time I'm applying, and I applied a lot, nigga, turn down. And I'm just like, what am I missing exactly? Because I look at your list of qualifications, and all you require at the base level is a high school diploma, which I have my AA. So that's already kind of sus.
Right.
And now you're telling me that all I'm doing is sitting here talking to people about insurance, and you're turning me down. And it's an entry level job.
It's like these jobs.
Like, what?
These jobs are bullshit too. Is because of the fact they like to add these things where, like, and I've heard it too before, where you can be overqualified. Like, if you have a bachelor's degree and they're like, yeah, we want you to have a high school, they're gonna be like, this nigga's too smart. We can't let him go. We can't let him be here. Like, that's literally how some people think. Where it's just like, man, this guy's gonna ask for more money. Yeah, this guy's gonna ask for more money. We can't have that. Get this guy the fuck out of here.
Because
like,
they want to hire right where the margin is, where like you don't have any room for growth. They will tell you have room for growth, but they don't want you to have any room for growth. They just want to hire you where you are and pay you that certain amount and nothing else. Because like it's funny you guys mentioned that shit, because that was a job I applied for. This motherfucker's asking for this experience with this software, right?
Yeah.
And they're asking for 5 years of experience with this software, and I'm looking at the fucking software. I typed in that shit in Google. That shit released 2 years ago. What? And how the fuck you gonna get a 5 year experience with a software that was released 2 years ago, bro?
Oh, that is some horse shit, bro.
I'm like, was I supposed to be in a beta test for this software or something?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
My God.
Some of the ridiculousness in this shit.
I'm not gonna say I co-sign this per se, but at some point you just gotta lie, because the fact these people don't know exactly what they're talking about themselves. Like
who the hell is posting this stupid ass fucking job application that they're asking for this amount of experience for us beyond or use this specific software, but they don't even fucking know when the damn software is released, and they're asking you to have more than a year.
Yeah.
Like, what am I supposed to build a time machine, go into the future, experience that shit for 5 years, come back in the present and tell you I have the fucking experience for it? Like, what?
I'm not gonna lie, nigga. You blew my mind with that one right there.
They said have a 5 year experience for a software that has only been out for 2 years. So how does that
work? Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah, man. It's just it's a conundrum. We've talked about this how many times off mic too.
I don't remember honestly talking about this. It's just because of the fact that I've been trying to just ignore the whole like. I've honestly just been trying to ignore like the whole job thing. It's kind of like personally.
Bro, that shit is stressful.
It is. It's stressful as fuck. It's dumb.
It's very stressful.
And that's where you see like I was reading an article where like some people, they have like fucking PhD and shit, and guess what? They can barely even fucking crack 40K in that fucking salary because of the fucking they couldn't get the job for that field, and because all these bills are piling up and student loans are fucking collecting, they just have to get whatever job it is to stop paying back that student loan until like they can get into the industry that they have to get into. So that is some fucking. That's the
reason
shit.
Why right there. Like I don't want to actually go back to. I want to go back to going to school to get a master's degree, because of the fact that not only will I have a large amount of debt, there's a high possibility that I will be underpaid.
Oh.
even for having that. Yeah, because that's what happens a lot. Some people get a master's degree and they're like, congratulations for spending 7 years in school.
Right.
Enjoy that $15 per hour, my nigga. Yeah.
I shouldn't be laughing, but yeah. Dude,
no, that is
you
reality,
hear it all the time.
That's reality right there, bro.
Like, I remember this story. My mom was telling me that someone she knew, they're like in the dentistry field, and they work at fucking like Big Lots. It's like, what the fuck is this, man? Like,
that's
why?
the reason why, like, I'm really kind of diving more into like just wanting to be freelance. I'm starting to just do that just because of the fact that, for one, I found out that sometimes your parents will work at a job for like 20 years or something like that. They're like, I've been here for 20 years. God damn it. And like, now that's frowned upon because of the fact that jobs for some reason want you to be not loyal to a company. They want you to have multiple forms of they just want you to have different jobs experiences. So like, you work here for 2 years, you work here for 5 years. They say 5 years should be the most that you work at a spot. I didn't know that because I was like, hey, I want to spend 5 years in this industry right here, and then I can retire if I get the chance to have a second business pop up. I don't know. This is wild to me. But yeah,
that's crazy.
This shit is just crazy. Yeah. And the thing is, like, just speaking personally, like I said, I was really close to being like, you know what? I do kind of want to go back to a master's degree, or go back for a master's degree and go to school, because my mind was not completely out of the whole like school thing yet. And then I was just like, yeah, I probably should just go back because it's something that I've been used to. But fuck no. Absolutely not.
It's not
that shit, but I'm like, yeah, if I'm going back to school, like, somebody else is gonna have to pay for that shit. I'm not about to go and fucking go for a master's and have to pay for that shit myself. That's just some stupid ass shit right there.
Fuck that.
Unless I win the lottery and I feel like fucking blowing money, then maybe. But nah.
Well, because it's just like, at least for me, my experience will not be shown on a diploma at all. That's just the truth of it, because
it's gonna be
it really is a foreign piece of paper,
right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because I've seen so many people, and I'm not gonna lie, my artwork as a portfolio, I hate it. There's only a couple things that I like about it, but I need to constantly push out more and more work, because when I graduated and I looked at my portfolio, I said, this shit is ass. And I'm gonna be a little bit arrogant and say that the people who graduated along with me have worse portfolios, because of the fact that the schools taught them a certain style that I know aren't really, they're not acceptable. They're like silly string looking people and stuff like that, and stick figures.
Right.
And that's just like an over exaggeration. But
that's another thing though. Like, instead of like while you guys were taking all these classes, this should have been telling you guys to stop building your portfolio right off the bat. Did it not tell you guys that? Did they?
They tell us the last 2 years you're in.
Of
school.
course.
Most they'll tell you it was in your junior year.
See?
But they told us in our senior year, they're like, yeah, get ready, guys, because
right off the bat,
a lot of shit
right
that you gotta do. Yeah, no, they did, and I'm not gonna lie. That's the reason why, like, towards the end of me graduating, I was like kind of questioning myself. I was like, man, why am I actually in school? Because the fact that, like, I'm learning all these things by myself, and my school isn't really teaching me all this stuff right here. I learned more of my animation by myself than I did with my teachers, and that should not have been the case at all. This whole little bouncy ball thing, animation
that's
thing,
why I say, like, college is a fucking sham. Dude.
Yeah, dude.
Like, as long as you have the curiosity, to do stuff.
The thing about college is it's supposed to be a networking thing. The point of college is, yes, to have a piece of paper to
just to prove
unnecessarily prove yourself that you have the credentials, but its most important thing is to network with a bunch of people, so that later on in life.
They also don't tell you that either, so that's why people.
They don't tell you that, but they want you to figure it out. Which, I mean, if anyone who is in that age group who is getting ready to graduate, I know that the new school year has started. But if you're getting ready to graduate and go into college, network.
Yeah.
Actually, network. This is the time where I say
pretty much
go to parties and figure out who you're.
Kiss every fucking ass there is out there. Not literally.
I wouldn't say kiss.
Not literally.
I would just say, like, build
a network of people. Yeah, get to know people, man. Like, because like once you freaking graduate, these are people who would like try to hit you up and say, "Oh man, I remember that kid who was in class who's always answering questions and shit. Maybe I could hit him up and like see if he needs a job or something or whatever." You could just hit them up too. But yeah, get to know people, man. Go out there. That's what I didn't do. Like, I stuck my head in books like the entire time I was in college. Didn't go fucking party or nothing like that, man.
Yeah, I'm glad. Honestly, I don't think I would be where I'm at. A lot. Yeah, I mean, at first when I went to my first college, I didn't socialize at all because I was like, oh man, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And then on top of that, it's just like they didn't tell you that. But once I got into the second school right here, and I started networking. And the kind of the shitty thing about it too is like, I didn't intentionally do this, but I outsourced myself out of state with networking, and it really kind of added a little resentment towards my school and just like my town, just because of the fact that I've been wanting to network with people locally so that there is like a sense of community, but like for whatever reason people just don't want to do that. And I was like, yeah, fuck this. I'm not about to do that. But that's beside the point right there. It's just fuck jobs. Fuck entry level jobs. You need to have like I would call it a beta entry level job, where it's like a screen check, like a metal detector. Make sure you don't have any weapons on you, kind of level job. Like, just do that, because don't call it entry level. That's hypocritical.
It really is. Right. It's dumb.
But
that was a nice tangent though. Fuck jobs.
That was one of the topic points right there. I was in a tangent. That's something I need to say off my chest right there.
I'm emotional about that too, bro. Like, that shit just kind of like pisses me off about like job hunting and like where people like put a job listing and you fucking know you have the qualification for it, but they're not gonna fucking call you or like hit you back up and let you know why they're not calling, why they're not gonna get you, why you're not getting hired or whatnot.
Yeah,
because you already put the bullet points over there. I have all these like fucking shit checked out already. So what the fuck gives, man?
Yeah, I don't know, but it's kind of something less serious though. I'm gonna lead into this, but did you guys hear about how Dragon Ball got banned in Argentina?
Wait, what?
Why?
Well, see, I don't know where to stand upon this because of the fact that the history of Argentina hasn't been really good. There's a lot of shit that happened in the history, especially in regards to women. So at that point, I kind of understand. But basically, there is this place called the Ministry of Women in Argentina, Dragon Ball. Called the Ministry of Women, and this is gender diversity and the Ministry of Women, Gender Politics, and Sexual Diversity. They apparently got wind of a Dragon Ball Super episode. It was specifically the Tournament of Power arc, where Master Roshi was like training to get over his sex addiction, I guess. And it was that scene where like Poir had to transform into like a young lady. And I'm going off the words of this article, and he kept failing over and over again, and it was like his training arc. But the thing is, it's just like this was released how many years ago? Because the last episode of Dragon Ball Super was like, I think 2018 or 2017.
That was a while ago, bro.
It's a long time ago. So they caught this on a rerun, and it kind of makes me just go like, okay, you knew this was out here. I know people from South America know what Dragon Ball is, and I'm not saying that on like some racial shit. Dragon Ball is one of the most popular franchises in South America. Like, I think it's more popular over there than it is over here, and that says a lot. But yeah, they saw this episode, I guess, and they said, guess what? Dragon Ball Super is banned. Get that shit the fuck out of here. And it makes me wonder, it's just like, why not just go like, hey, we don't advise you watching this, instead of just completely banning it.
It's always hilarious when people like are late to the party on stuff, because that's what you call that. They were way too late to the party on that one.
way too late. But it kind of sucks for them because of the fact that this band right here, I wonder if it's gonna affect the translations to where like Toei Animation is just gonna be like, yeah, so they didn't say they didn't like Dragon Ball. Well, have fun reading this shit in English. Like,
they were way too late to part of that one. I don't know.
Yeah. But the article, not the article, the discussion I wanted to bring up is like, are anime fans becoming like too entitled to expect god tier animation constantly? Because you know how like we complain about shitty animation, Dragon Ball. I think Naruto has never had any like shitty animation as far as from what I can tell. But you know, there's certain shows that have different budget. Do you know?
I don't want to say they are, because like as technology gets better, people wants that quality to step up in their animation, you know. So I wouldn't say entitled, but like sometimes like fans do go overboard by somehow start attacking like the anime team and shit like that and whatnot. That I don't condone, but like, you know,
when I mean like entitled, I mean like you have shows, and I have the list right here. You got shows like Attack on Titan, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Demon Slayer and stuff like that. And like they think this is like the norm. They think that, or at least some people think that animation quality is the norm.
It's gonna be like that all the time. No, because like I'm the kind of person who watches a lot of different kind of. Well, I don't watch a lot of anime these days, but I read a lot of different
series,
manga and series and shit like from different country, because I read Chinese manga, Chinese manhwas, that's what they're called, and Korean webtoons, and also Japanese mangas. So a lot of them have different style of things. Like you said, you didn't like Tower of God anime format, right? So that's a prime example right there. Tower of God, the way the anime is presented is exactly how the webtoon is drawn, and it's in color. So like they like the earlier chapters, kind of like how BM, you remember One Piece, like the earlier chapters, how like Choppy and Luffy and all of them look, right?
Yeah.
And the earlier animation, it's kind of how Tower of God was looking from the beginning. So that's what the anime adopted. But like once the story went on, like I think the author finally got comfortable with his style, and it improved a lot. So that's what I'm expecting when once season 2 and onwards or like comes in the future, the animation is going to improve. Same with how One Piece happened. But most of the time, like series like that, when new series starts, if the author never had like a previous experience in drawing or story, like they always kind of have like a bouncy and shaky footing to like find that actual style, you know. Mm-hmm. But eventually, once they get that style going, like everything becomes better. But that's the thing. So from that style of shit, from the the manga is considered like the manuscript script for anime for the anime team, right? So if they have to adapt, kind of true. Because
I only say that for like fight sequences, because they definitely change it up. Like they'll keep some things, but they won't like the Naruto and Sasuke. They did like that shit was a whole ass hour,
right?
And, like half that shit wasn't even in the manga chapter.
And I'm gonna say something like for something like Jujutsu Kaisen. Like I'm not gonna lie to you, like the I do not like the manga the artistry in the manga, but damn, the fucking anime is such a fucking killer, bro. Like
it is. The quality is so high.
I don't know if you've seen the fucking the mangas. Like the mangas, like the art is not the best out there. Kind of like Hunter x Hunter, where the manga art is not the best, but like it's all about the dialogue and shit. So, but you see like the anime quality of Hunter x Hunter and the anime quality of Jujutsu Kaisen, that shit is like fucking leagues above a lot of animation out there. So it's one of those cases where like you have a manga that have like the art is not the best out there, but like an anime fucking is the banger. But then you have some manga that have great art and just have crappy animation. So I guess it's just something that the style that
is. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's happened, but it's like I agree.
Yeah.
It's funny. But I mean, like when I say like animation like quality, I mean because it's like I guess how exactly should I explain it? Like the movement, the fluidity, like the flashiness, even like the shading, because those things right here, like when they have like color gradients, where like you can tell like there's like a fade off in like their hair. I'm using Jujutsu Kaisen as an example because I'm looking at like the cover. Like you have what's his name, Goji or Gogo or something like that. Um,
Gojo.
I'm looking at his hair, Gojo. Yeah, his hair is like gray, but then you have like this purple hue fade off going on right here, and that is a lot of work. Imagine you having to animate a frame. You have to animate a bunch of frames to have that same consistent color gradient, and like you have to include a bunch of complex movement along with that. That shit is a lot. And
it is.
A lot of people are gonna be able to just do that off rip. You are out of your mind.
But that's another thing that like that's one of those things where like how much the company is investing in that animation in that specific anime too, because like sometimes like One Piece for a bit there, like when we talked about this, like I think a few episodes of the podcast back, when Dragon Ball Super was going on, One Piece was having like a shitty anime time, bro, because I guess like the resources that they had to actually work on that anime on One Piece wasn't really allocated into One Piece, and instead it was just moved to like the Super episode. So like some of the One Piece episodes were just choppy as hell because they weren't putting enough resources into like making it the best quality it should have been.
Right.
And that's the thing though too, is because of the fact that like when they allocated it, they didn't have to work them as hard, because a lot of these companies like Mappa who do Attack on Titan stuff, these guys are overworked to the bone, and they get paid so little, but they make all this fire looking content right here, and they're literally working 80 hours, 100 hours a week. That right there is some shit. And to expect that to be the norm is just like you're asking for way too much.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree. I think we should marvel in what is like super duper well animated, but to expect that for every series, no.
it's not gonna be possible.
Yeah.
No.
Unless we got to the point where some shit gets, I don't know, automated or something.
Well, I mean, because like that's the thing that some companies are doing, where they're like, okay, well, let's implement the 3D thing, because like that way everything is consistent no matter what. You're just doing rigging and keyframing a lot of the movement so that it can actually happen. So I understand that, because hand drawn, you're dealing with a lot of variables. There's expected inconsistencies when it comes to drawing something 2D compared to actually using a 3D model, and I think some companies are trying to do that to take the load off. So again, a lot of these people right here, I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, but if you see a scene that looks familiar or reminiscent to another franchise, chances are that artist or animator is a well-rounded nigga who has the skills, and they just brought him on to the next project.
Right.
And it's not just something like, oh, everyone can do this. No, there's a reason why they call it for Dragon Ball Super the Yoshida movement, where like you had that scene. Remember when Goku was fighting Zamasu and this nigga was just blitzing in the air, where he just looked like a bunch of line work and all of this stuff. And you saw it in One Piece too. He's there. He's there as we speak, and they bring him on to different projects. Like that's yeah.
Each anime director always have that old fucking way of directing and telling people how they want that animation. So you'll see that.
I want to make a style kind of like that. It looks very cool. But yeah, that's just kind of something that I just wanted to point out too, because I think World had like a similar topic, because he was like upset that people were talking about, I don't know what anime it actually was, because I've never heard of it, never seen it, but people were shitting on it. It might have been called Tokyo Revengers or something.
Oh,
People were shitting on that show because it just had like
with the
basic anime.
The gangsters thing. Because Tokyo Revengers have this kind of like old school anime, like DBZ, like early DBZ kind of stuff going on for it. So like at least the manga does. So I guess they were trying to portray that, and I guess that didn't work out in anime form as people wanted it to do.
Weird though.
Yeah, they have that old school like late '90s anime shit going on with it, because it's like a gangster kind of like manga kind of thing story. So it's like a late '90s vibe going on. Like it has the late '90s vibe story going on with it.
The quality in anime and in the manga version looks really good, but it's like, yeah, the anime is gonna be very subpar, or it's gonna be standard. Like, this literally everything, even in the '80s and the '90s, they had a very standard look to what anime had. Like they had the stereotypical eyes, the eyebrows, and stuff like that. Now they have this. They have that going on over here. These niggas right here look like about to kiss though. If I can show you. He's holding beat the fuck out of this kid right here, but he's holding the back of his head all delicate and passionate like. It's kind of funny, but yeah, no, this right here, like it's fine. It's fine. I mean, I wouldn't watch it just because of the fact that like it's not something that interests me per se, but like
yeah, me neither.
I'm not gonna say.
I am familiar with it. I am familiar with it, but I just didn't get into the story because I didn't like that kind of story setting or whatnot.
All right. Oh man. Show about some gangsters beating each other up.
Oh, speaking of which, I don't know if you guys want to talk about this topic where like Patty Jenkins, the Wonder Woman director, said like any like releasing movies on streaming services makes movies looks fake.
What does that even mean?
What?
In essence, like if movies aren't released in theaters, it's not it doesn't feel like a real movie. Okay, let me read an article to you.
That still doesn't make any sense.
Patty. That scene where Wonder Woman was running, if I saw that in the movie theater, it's still shit.
Okay,
so
let me read an article.
What does that mean?
High def 4K.
Let me read an article to you. So a Wonder Woman director says film released by streaming services looks like fake movies. So Wonder Woman director Patty Jenkins. Okay, this news comes by LA Times, which report that during a panel discussion hosted by publication, Jenkins explained that all films streaming service like Netflix and HBO Max put out looks fake. Like any film that HBO Max and Netflix or any streaming service they put out looks fake. She said that releasing movies on streaming service isn't a working model. All films that our streaming services are putting out I'm sorry, but like this is her quote. I'm sorry, but they look like fake movies to me, Jenkins said. I don't hear about them. I don't read about them. It is not working. It is not a working model establishing for legendary greatness. Jenkins said in response to Paramount domestic debut of the Chris Aronson, who asked her like once a movie is released on TV, no matter what the original movie was, it is now a TV film.
What?
Yeah, and she's
all right. Yeah, she doesn't know what she's talking about.
She explains that she feels that Netflix and other streaming services do have a place in the entertainment media. The making of movies just isn't the place for that. In essence, they shouldn't be releasing They shouldn't be releasing movies at all. They should just stick to TV shows and shit like that. And she's like, she has a Netflix deal, and she really believes in the limited series and television series that Netflix released. But as a filmmaker, there are stories that she wants to tell that are longer and don't fit in the movies format. So that's where it should be on like streaming service. But streaming service is great for massive amount of content and binge watching TV shows, but not for movies. She goes on to say that making movies and making longer form of content, such as TV shows and limited series, are two different set of skills. She said,
"It's bugging, bro."
Yeah, like, I'm not gonna lie. That
said over here, like, yeah, no. Yeah, she just went on a tirade and like pretty much saying like any kind of like she said like the way she's putting it is like pretty much saying like if movies aren't released in theaters, like people do not see the greatness of the movies if they don't release in theaters. If they're released on streaming services, then the greatness of the movie diminish a lot by releasing it on.
Bro, I watched
my intelligence
Suicide
Squad
when
I watched that shit at home
on my tablet, and it was in pretty much the best quality I could probably watch it, and I still enjoyed it thoroughly. If she's talking about the movie experience, even then, that's still fucking dumb to say.
Okay,
that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. She's literally gatekeeping movies because of the fact that she's upset that Wonder Woman did bad.
I was just about to say she's probably doing that in
she has
response
quote over
to
here again.
Wonder Woman.
Oh, here we go.
She said that's why I think it is a mistake for the film industry to throw away something so valuable. Then she said, I think we have to be very clear about the absolute necessity for theatrical releases. I have talked to many filmmakers about all of us uniting, and if someone does guarantee the theatrical run, we will literally go out of our ways go out of our ways and take less fee, all kinds of other things to guarantee that your film has a chance of success in this kind of way.
If your film is shit, it's still going to be shit in any medium. Horribly.
Yeah,
she's just pretty much trying to push like theatrical releases over fucking streaming services is what she's trying to fucking do.
I get that, I understand that, but she said that shit so piss poorly, bro. That makes no sense at all. She did.
Because like some of the best movies I've seen are in recent times is on streaming service, and I have a fucking big ass giant TV over there and a good fucking sound system. I enjoy my fucking home movie experience, bro.
Bro, so the way she phrased that, basically what I just said. If a movie is shit, it doesn't matter where I fucking watch it. Whether it's in the theater or on my fucking couch. It's still shit.
She's talking she's like saying The Marriage Story, which was a pretty good movie with Scarlett Johansson and Adam Driver, is a fake movie. That movie is better than your movie. And you had fucking Gal Gadot spinning and shit like a spin-top Beyblade in the mall.
I think she just because I think she's also pushing the idea that anything that released on streaming service always fades into obscurity pretty quickly compared to shit that released in theater. But still, if a movie is bad, it's bad. I don't care what kind of screen it releases.
Bro, just because it fades into obscurity, it can still be a good movie.
She calls any movie that releases on streaming service a fake movie just doesn't
She pissed off. She had pissed off a lot of people. Like, she basically just discredited practically every director that has
right. And you want to tell me that Army of the Dead that was released on Netflix is some fake movies? Like that movie was way more enjoyable than Wonder Woman in my opinion.
It's not even close. It's not even close how much better.
And it wasn't even the best movie out there. But the fun factor in there was just more enjoyable than Wonder Woman in my opinion.
Yeah.
That is the wildest statement I've heard this week. That was ridiculous.
I've read this article, I was just laughing my ass off because really any movie that doesn't release in theater, it's a fake movie. Really.
You're a clown, man.
What a fucking doozy! What a fucking
director
doozy.
Who doesn't release shit in theater, bro?
You are a fucking clown for that, man.
I think she's still mad that Wonder Woman.
She has to be mad, but you can't be mad at no one but yourself. You fucking failed. You can't be mad at anyone else. Again,
she's a great director, but I don't know what she was going for with that second Wonder Woman movie. But
we will never know because even though we talked about this numerous times, Wonder Woman 1, I give it a 7, 8. It had some problems, but it was a great movie. Where you were trying to go with that second one, I'm sorry. It's shit. It doesn't matter whether I watched it in the theater or watched it on my fucking couch. It's still shit. Regardless. I'm sorry.
Whole thing was
that was restrained.
Because I swear, nothing made me just scratch my head so hard until I just had abrasions on my skull, where I was just I was like, man, they literally just solved like World War III in a second. And then the fact that the nigga who pretended to be president somehow was granted an Uber ride from wherever the fuck he was at to back to the United States to see his son. Nigga, don't play with me.
I know that's a suspension of disbelief in comic book movies, but yeah, that was just way too much action.
That was cartoony as fuck to me. Yeah. That made no sense, and
that was just stupid. That movie was trash.
Oh no! Wow, man.
Dumbass.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
We want to talk about games that we play, because I saw that you had Psychonauts too.
Oh yeah.
Right. After that, we could talk about their little Horizon Zero Dawn nonsense.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I almost forgot about that one. Oof. But yeah, I've been playing. I'm waiting for this game for a while, like a long time, because the first game, I told you guys about the original one. I don't know if you guys ever played it, but the first game was like, it came out on like PS2, like Xbox era, and basically it was kind of like a cult classic game. Like, not a lot of people knew about it, but it was a great game. It dealt, like, even though it was kind of like a kid's game, it dealt with like a lot of like adult themes. For those who don't know about it, basically you're playing as this kid named Raz, and in this specific world, everyone has psychic abilities, and they use these little doors to like go in people's minds and either like help them sort their issues out, which shit, nigga, if that was in real life, that would be awesome. Go in your mind and sort your own shit out, right? But yeah, basically Raz wants to be like what they call a psychonaut, which is essentially like a special field agent, like that works and like fights evil and all that kind of good stuff. And right. So the first game, like, you're just like, he runs away from home to go to this summer camp where they like basically train psychonauts from like kid. Like, he breaks in there as a kid, and then like he's going on all these adventures, and it comes to find out that one of the people at the psychonauts, like, he had this plan to just like take all the kids, like not even kids, just like anyone's mind, and like basically make an army so he could take over the world. And so like Raz had to stop him, and it was pretty funny like in the end battle, because like in this world, for some reason they have these like sort of like smell. I don't know if it's smelling salts. I don't think it is. Like, there's just some sort of thing they can make people do. Like, they blow this dust in your face and basically make you sneeze your brain out. So then like they can take your brain and put it into like a brain tank and have you just basically be a soldier. But but yeah,
that sounds horrible.
It's a really interesting franchise, man. It's really artistic. Like, there's some people with some fucked up faces on some Van Gogh, some fucking other shit going on in there. But overall, it's a good game, just because like it just deals with like a lot of mental issues, like people with anxiety and like depression. Like, I remember in the first game, one of the people you help, like, dude was just like living in the past. Like, he was just always downtrodden about like shit that happened to him, and like in his past, like during his like career as like a wrestler, and then like his girl basically leaving him and all this other stuff, and you had to help him come to terms with that. And then in the second game is great too. Like, it kind of just continues the story from the first one, and the only reason this game happened was because of the fact that they basically just started a Kickstarter, because like I said, the first one wasn't that well known and it didn't sell that well, but it had a core fan base, so they kind of just were able to get that started, and a lot of people actually chipped in. So I'm actually happy this game got to see the light of day. Yeah, this one is dealing with the same thing. You know, you're going around. You're kind of officially a psychonaut, but not really. You kind of have to prove yourself, and yeah, you're just going around like helping people.
I thought he was already one in the first game, though.
Yeah, technically, but that's the funny thing, because like when you actually get to Psychonauts headquarters, like one of the head people there was like, "Yeah, nigga, yeah, you're an intern. Here you go." And just slapped the sticker on his chest. He said, "Oh." And
so all that work he did in the first game, it was just
basically it was for nothing, because
trash.
Yeah, because like he was just like, "Yeah, before Cruller said I was a psychonaut." She said, "Yeah, nigga, I'm the one in charge here." and you're an intern, so yeah, get out there and do what I say. He's like, okay. So then you just basically have to go around. It's a really colorful game, man. I'd say if you're interested by what I was just talking about, just check out some gameplay. It's kind of like a platforming RPG.
I saw the review and they got a really good review on there. Like people said it's really good.
Yeah. There's a lot that, without spoiling anything, there's a lot that's like detailed in there too, like with going in people's minds and helping them sort their problems and issues out and stuff. It's pretty dope. So yeah, that's my little blurb about Psychonauts 2.
It's one of those platformers, right? Like Jak and Daxter?
Yeah, it's like a platformer / like RPG, basically. Yeah.
I definitely do like that. Sounds actually like Ratchet and Clank a little bit. I know, except they probably don't have like an arsenal of weapons, though.
No, it's more so like psychic abilities. I mean, I think you would like it if you checked it out, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, I'm a huge fan of platformer games. It's the reason why I got into Assassin's Creed and stuff like that, just because they're very challenging and they're like puzzles.
Yeah, there's puzzles in there too, for sure. And like I said, like even though it's like geared more so towards kids, it's one of those things where it's like it's for adults too, because there's like a lot of adult themes and stuff in there as well. So yeah, I'd say check it out.
Okay, nice. Right on. Before we get into like the Horizon Zero Dawn, I wanted to say that I finally hopped back onto Ghost of Tsushima, and I played the New Game Plus mode. First of all, I'm not gonna lie, I was really trying to beat the game on Lethal Plus, but there's something about the game that just makes it like I can do it, but I die so many times. These niggas heard me like die multiple times.
You gotta be precise. You gotta be precise with the dodging.
No, because it's just like it's so rare for you to do a perfect block to where you can counterattack and just do an instant kill.
Right.
That like when I do it, I'm like, holy shit, I actually did it, because I will die in 3 seconds with one swift chop to the neck, and then I have to start over again. And I was like, you know what, this is no way to play a game. And like, yeah, if you like to play Lethal Plus because you find it challenging and stuff, like that's good for you. But honestly, I play games for entertainment and for it to be enjoyable, because there is a point in time too. Because there's this point in I don't know why I repeat myself. There was this feature on Iki Island called like it's just like this tournament where you can do like fake swordplay fights. And there's this one nigga right here. I hate him so much because the fact that he has a story background where he's like, oh, you remind me of my son. And when I fight him, he has this unblockable, undodgeable attack that once he would drag his sword into the sand and blind you, and then to make matters worse, he'll throw an empty bottle at your face. And the match, how you get points is if whoever gets the hit, whoever gets the first 5 hits wins. So this nigga right here would throw sand in my face, bust my face with a fucking bottle made out of ceramic material, and then hit me, and I would lose. Because he would do that shit all the time. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And it's not even like a thing to where I can't even... If he's like, oh, get this, I'd be like 5 feet away, right? To where, realistically, he wouldn't be able to touch me. This nigga would slide and teleport and just go, yeah, and just like... and just throw sand in my face. And meanwhile, Jen is just like, ah. And then you go, boop, and yeah, I'm done. I was like, you can't be serious. So like, I stopped doing the Lethal Plus mode because of the fact that it's not enjoyable. Their mechanics it isn't fair, because of the fact that a lot of the times whenever you're doing duels and stuff like that, these guys teleport. The hitbox for some reason is like an outer body experience, to where if you get hit or if like he swings and you're like 3 feet away from the blade, you still get hit for somewhere. I don't know why. I really don't.
That reminds me of that God of War Valkyrie fights. Like their Queen Valkyrie fight.
Dude.
Where she pretty much have all their abilities, and you can't even really do it against her because she doesn't have any cooldown time.
Yeah, that fight was annoying as fuck. I'm not.
Was it like
a
one-hit kill?
No, but I mean she did a lot of damage. Like it only took like 2 or 3, and
like 2 swipes and she can kill you.
Yeah,
because like
it was just annoying.
So, like, the entire way that entire God of War Valkyrie fights work is like you go around entire realms, right, fighting other Valkyries, and each of them have a unique set of abilities. Once you defeat them, then you gain whatever treasure or legendary item they have.
Yep.
But eventually, you're gonna come to the Valkyrie cream.
They all have a lot of special abilities.
Special abilities. It's like really overpowered and like does a lot of damage. Then you eventually get to the Queen. Yeah, guess what? She has all the abilities, and it doesn't have a cooldown time. It just cycles through random. She just randomizes using any of the abilities that she feels like. If you try to like, because some of the Valkyries that you will fight, some of them has a good long range ability, and they're bad at close combat. So if you get in close, you can really just deck them and kill them good. And some of them has a good close combat and bad at long range, so you can stay from a distance and chuck your Leviathan axe at them over and over. Yeah, you can't do that with a Queen. She has all the abilities. So you come in close.
6 paths of pain, and then this
pretty much. And she's just like, yep.
Pretty much. Yeah,
you come in close, she beat your ass. You go in from a distance, she beat your ass.
You already knew what type of time you're on because, like, with the other Valkyrie fights, like, there was like a little intro. Like, that was like, you start off and then you fight. Like, no, with her, bro, she comes out the portal and she slides your fucking head against the concrete and throws your ass. And you're just like, okay, like, this is just...
She doesn't even come out wasting time. She's come out swinging, bro.
Yeah, you're just like, okay, yeah, this fight is different right here. Fuck. Like, shit.
She's like super aggressive at you when she comes out. It's just funny, man. But yeah, that was the entire reason I still haven't platinum God of War yet, because of that. I have to beat that crazy chick, and I'm like,
yeah, dude. I remember when I finally beat her, I just flipped off my screen. I said, "Fuck you, bitch, got you."
Yeah, I rage quitted. I told these guys, like, I ended up fucking up my headset, but I'm putting it together now because of the fact that, like, during this match, these guys will have, like, because you know how, like, sometimes they'll have these little moves where they'll, like, just do a little Cupid shuffle, and then they'll hit you, like, 6 times. Like, some of the enemies on Iki Island just have this ability where they'll just... This one guy had, like, a Darth Maul, like, dual blade thing, and he was spinning that shit. He's like... And then he hit me 6 times. I couldn't dodge it. And I was like, you can't be serious, bro. And every single time I would jump up, that wouldn't work, because, you know, sometimes whenever you're fighting someone, you could actually jump up and kick them or something. You do a jump slash. Yeah, no, not this time. I'll jump up, he'll slice my bowels open, or he'll kick me down and then just say, filthy shit, and just stab me in the chest. Like, I'm getting too heated, but, like, basically, I have fun up until there's certain moments. The Iki Island is a very fun addition to it. I really wish that they just... No, not yet, just because of the fact that I've been trying to just only play as, like, whenever I need to take breaks.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
I still need to get back to Ghost of Tsushima. I've been playing Psychonauts 2, and then just, like, Apex, and then Spider-Man in between that, and all these different games to have all the upgrades. Man, I have so many games downloaded, man. But it's nice having, like, an external storage, too, because, like, man, like... That internal storage they give you is not shit. I remember, like, I was just downloading games, and then it got to the point where it's just like, yeah, you're out of space. I was like, nigga, I have 4 games. How is this possible?
I constantly have to keep deleting my games over and over and like putting it. I mean, on the good part, like, I'm not gonna lie, it does download games faster, compared to my PS4.
I cannot believe how fast it downloads, dude. That copying shit, that's pretty much nigh gone, basically. Like, you downloaded it, and it'll be like 5 minutes, and it's over. I'm like, holy shit.
It downloads games really fast, so that I can give it props for. Yeah. So I don't mind deleting and re-downloading shit.
That's the reason why, like, that's the reason why certain studios, like Activision, whoever's in charge of Call of Duty Modern Warfare, is like, when you get this game, you should get an external hard drive along with it, because of the fact that the game is 133 gigabytes of space.
Yeah. You know how we keep saying, like, EA keep recycling shit? I think Call of Duty just fucking recycle assets too. So
dude, no, they definitely do. I'm pretty sure they've been working with the same fucking skeleton they had since back in the day. All they do, and bro, if with the new Call of Duty, they're going back to World War II fucking again. Why are you doing that?
Isn't that what Vanguard is?
Yes,
Vanguard.
they're going back to World War II fucking again.
I thought Vanguard was like an addition to Warzone because they seem to be pretty successful with that. But I was like,
Warzone is actually in a bad place right now, as far as I know. Like, it's like riddled with like cheaters and shit. And they're not doing anything to fix it. So
because I wanted to get into Warzone on the PlayStation, but apparently they're fucking up over there too. I'm like, damn, how'd you do that?
They don't care. They're just like, well, this is a serialized thing. We're gonna release a fucking another one next year, so we're just gonna have a new battle royale. But it's just
that's the reason why I say the new Battlefield is gonna take it.
Yeah, bro.
They put in a lot more detail and heart into this.
That Battlefield is fucking awesome. And this has been a while since I've been interested in a Battlefield. And the fact that while it doesn't have a campaign, the fact that they're allowing you to take maps from older games and making your own game modes, bro.
Like, I don't have to see the review before I buy that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna buy it day one. Trust me, we've been burned too much. But I'm gonna check.
That still costs $70 for next gen shit, and
I have to get it on PC.
Yeah, it's gonna release on PC, but I bet you they're gonna try to screw you over with an extra bodacious deal, and it's EA. So, but I don't think since they kind of build it from the ground up for like next gen, I don't think they're gonna be. Like, I don't think their PC version is going to be like the PS4 versions. At least I don't think it is, but who knows?
I don't know. All I know is that if it does well, I just want to get the game so I can cause like a massive skyscraper to just collapse on people's heads.
You're just right.
As they try to run away for the rest of their life or to save their life, they just get crumbled by debris.
That's one of the things that has me interested too, because like, I've told you guys that before. My favorite Battlefield that I've played probably was Bad Company 2. And I still feel that one had the best destructibility, in my opinion. Just because of the fact that literally you could have a grenade launcher, blow the walls off of the entire house and the framing, and that shit will just collapse and you just die if anyone's inside there. So, yeah.
I played Battlefield 3, like, rigorously. Like, my entire PS3. Like, Battlefield 3 and Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Whew, I played that shit like it was just me jumping back and forth between those two.
Yeah,
Battlefield. Looking at it now, and it's so funny seeing this stuff happen. People are like trying to run away inside the building. They just get blown to smithereens by a cannon.
Yeah.
I hope that happens in the Battlefield 2047 or something like that.
I don't know.
I think. Yeah, I think it's 2042. Yeah, I'm interested in it, man. I'm gonna see the reviews, and I'm hoping it's good because I'll definitely pick it up. I'm assuming it'll have crossplay too, anyway. So most games do nowadays. So yeah, looking forward to that.
Well,
oh yeah, what about the Horizon shit?
Yeah, the Horizon. Yeah. I was gonna put that on the thing, but I was just like, you know what? Maybe
let's
not,
get to this nonsense over here. So. Horizon Zero Dawn is releasing in holidays 2021. Finally, a PS.
But still, I thought it was going to be delayed until 2022.
It is. It's going to be coming out February. My bad. I say releasing.
Okay.
It should have been released holiday 2021. My bad. Wrong information. But now it's going to be released next year, February 18th. And guess what? They're releasing a bunch of nice collectibles and collector's editions and shit. Like the highest collector's edition it's called Horizon Forbidden West Regalia Edition. Like that one, like it comes with like the little walker, like mammoth statue and a whole bunch of other little collectibles with it, and one of like the Aloy earpiece and shit. That one is $260 for that one.
Oh my god!
Yeah, collector's editions, my ass. Then they have another one. Oh no. The Regalia edition costs $200. The Regalia edition is like super extra bodacious edition of the collector's edition, but it's called Regalia edition. It costs $260. The collector's edition, I don't know why they have a collector's edition and an extra bodacious version of the collector's edition. This one costs $200. Then they have a special edition.
Oh my!
Costs $70. It comes with a steel book and that's it. and a Aloy and a Aloy in-game costume from the Nara Legacy Edition Spear, and that's it. Nope, not $70. My bad. It costs $80, and it's called Special Edition. My fucking goodness, this is
you
stupid.
might as well just get the regular game and then get a couple of Aloy statues or something like that.
Then they have the regular edition for the PlayStation 5.
Are not worth
$70. Regular edition for PS4, $60. But there goes the fun kicker about this shit. If you get the PS4 version, there is not a direct path to upgrade to the PlayStation 5 version. If you want to upgrade to the PlayStation 5 version, you have to buy the game for $70 at full price. Again, no upgrade.
Yep.
Nothing. There's no upgrade fee or anything of that sort. No option at all.
That upgrade fee is going back to GameStop and buying another copy.
And you know how they want to try to bamboozle you into this now. So if you get the extra Bodacious edition, which is called the Regalia edition, you get both the full game for the PS4 and the PS5. So that's the only way you can get both of them if you buy the $260 version of the game. You get both PS4 and the PS5 version. Or if you want to do that, you can come a little bit one step cheaper and get the $200 version and get the full game for the PS4 and the PS5. But besides that option, well, you're SOL. Shit out of luck. You cannot get anything else besides that unless you want to rebuy the game again on the PlayStation 5. There's no way to upgrade to next gen. So this is.
I just gotta say, fuck you guys for that. Like, honestly, that's bullshit.
I think it might have been Sony that did that.
No, Sony is the publisher. It's Sony who did this shit. Of course, it's Sony. It's not Guerrilla Games. Guerrilla Games, I figured
it was.
Sony is the freaking publisher of this shit.
Of course it is.
They can't. Guerrilla Games isn't going to be making these kind of stupid decisions. They already know the amount of backlash they will fucking face. So Sony don't care. This is kind of this is shit. Because what is like pisses me off about this is because you have that direct competitor, Microsoft. I mean, although Microsoft currently hasn't started releasing that exclusive yet, but on Microsoft platform, all their exclusive games, right, has this smart delivery to it. Every one of their exclusive, like, as soon as you buy the game on Xbox One, if you don't have the Xbox Series X yet, once you eventually get it, you can get that free next gen upgrade. As long as
Xbox is gonna kill it this generation. Like
they are, bro.
You're fooling yourself. Seek therapy. Go touch some grass, because you're not seeing you're not seeing clearly.
I am not gonna fucking buy this shit. I'm gonna wait. You know how like game devs like cry about like people buying used games that they don't see the money? I am definitely gonna wait for the fucking used game and let this shit go on dirt cheap price fucking sale before I even buy this game.
Well, this is the kind of people complain are people like GameStop, because of the fact that GameStop, whenever they get new games, all of that mostly goes towards the game company, but pre-owned games, that they get those profits.
Well, at this point, this is the kind of shit that game companies are pulling that makes me don't want to get brand new games, because this is some shitty business practice right here.
It really doesn't make me want to get a PlayStation 5, because again, my PlayStation 4, and the reason this probably can contribute to the reason why I had to switch to a lower difficulty settings, because every single time, you guys know how many PlayStation controllers I've had to buy, it's over 4. And every single time I get a goddamn controller, the shit will start to drift and the buttons don't work. I have to pay $70 every single time, which the price for some reason never goes down. And then on top of that, the PS5 version, that controller right there, it has its own issue. It has the same issues, just different mold. And it's like an Xbox One controller lasts so much longer. I had an Xbox controller since 2017. Never had to buy another one.
Yeah.
These PlayStation controllers are so fragile, man. Once they fall, I don't know, over. Like the motor just fucking goes loose.
It's over.
Yo, like, Beam, you've been in the party with me. How many times like I've bought new controllers, bro? Like, I still have my stack of fucking new controllers.
I have like 4 or 5 controllers on my PS4. Like fucking 3 of them don't work.
Yeah.
Because I just fucking fall. Like, I've been trying my hardest, and I mean my fucking hardest, not to drop my 2 controllers. Especially because that black one I got, like, nigga, bro, again, that shit is like $70.
I've dropped this controller twice already, and I'm like, I'm just waiting for it to start drifting. I'm not even gonna cross my butt cheeks at this moment. I'm just waiting for it, because I'm just ready, man. Because I've dropped it twice already.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no!
I am just waiting for it to start drifting because I know it's gonna come sooner or later. It's one of those things that I'm just expecting to happen now, any day.
Yeah,
I haven't gotten a second one yet, so screw it.
Fucking terrible. It's the reason why I prefer PC so much and just being able to do that because I hate having to use a PlayStation controller. Much rather use Xbox. And hell, as we speak, I'm watching a video on how to build PCs because I love just building PCs. This shit is just entertaining.
Oh, PC is just like PC is just great, man. But of course now you can barely get a fucking graphics card to get a good PC going because fucking scalpers, man.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I heard it's getting a little bit better now, but honestly, if I could do a thing where, I'm saying it is getting better because like people are starting to get it. They're getting their 3070s more than they are getting the PS5s. So like there's a change in that. But like if I could do a thing where I can actually build people computers and stuff like that, just do like a little side gig, I'd definitely do that.
Right. But it's something that you have to have the parts readily available, you know?
Oh yeah, no, they have to buy it first. It's just that whenever that shit fully comes in, I'll be like, okay, let's get the shit put together because I mean, hell, I'm literally waiting. Like I said, I think I mentioned to you guys multiple times. I'm waiting for my my mom and my sister to get more space whenever they get a chance to move, so that I can just build them a new computer, just so I can just flex that. Cause I don't know. The whole shit is just really interesting to me. Like even when I broke my little dingy ass Alienware headset. It was so much fun putting this thing back together. I don't know how I did it because I broke the plastic piece off to the cuffs, but I mean, I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna rebuild a PC. I'm pretty sure I'm probably just gonna sell this one over here next to me. I mean, it doesn't have.
I ain't gonna lie. I would keep that to Value Village because the fact that you're not gonna get a lot of profit off of that. I mean, you can donate it to a school. Because I know my computer is donated to a school.
Damn.
That's why I like to.
That I might as well just keep this.
Yes.
Shit,
no, dog. Seriously, because we have the same specs as far as the old computer goes. The only thing that I have that is as valuable is the 1070 Super. That is probably
that's
the only
true,
thing
and I don't even have a graphics card in this bitch. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because if you're thinking that too, the motherboard.
By the way,
third generation.
Yeah, 1070. You trying to sell that, bro? Because I'll buy that shit off you. Because at this point, I just need a better graphics card to run shit.
I mean, I would. I was really gonna do it, but I'm gonna turn that computer into a server, server computer to like hold extra space.
Gotcha.
But although at some point, whenever I don't know what I'll be able to do it, but at some point I do plan on getting I want to build a wall computer with like different parts, so I probably will sell that 1070.
Izzy, I won't sell you. I'll give it to you. My broken. You're just gonna have to deal with the artifacting though. That's the whole reason I took it out. I'll give you my graphics card because
I don't think that shit's gonna work though. Because if it's artifacting like that, it's pretty much perfect.
It's done.
Yeah, because you saw like that shit was awful. Like I would just fucking do the fucking little square and then just make a black box on my screen. I was like,
did you have a display? Did a display port for it, or was it an HDMI port that was not working?
It was the display port.
Okay, then never mind then.
Yeah, no, because his shit looked like he got hacked by Skynet. I remember the pictures.
Yeah, the shit was like, it looked gross. Like I had to I had a fucking Goku background, and like parts of his face were missing. I was just like, okay, this is just, what is this, man? Like, and the worst part about that graphics card was not that old, so it's fucking dumb. It's really dumb.
I remember you had it in like storage, remember? Or is that what you did? Like you had it in storage?
Yeah, that climate control storage was not really stored.
Did I have it in storage? Did I?
You did.
I think you did, yeah, because you were like, I don't really play games on my computer, so I might as well just put it in storage, and then I guess whenever you went to get it,
right?
Yeah, it collected so much dust, and I don't want to say like you said there was. Because
I remember you had to go and clean. You also had to go and clean it because it was dusty as hell. You remember you said a guy gave you a deal to clean it out for you, or something like that.
Yeah, he cleaned it out, and then like No, wait. He didn't really clean it. I had to clean it, but he gave me Windows 10
free
Pro,
Windows 10, free Windows 10.
Yeah, and then he fixed my computer because like it was sitting. I don't think I had it in storage, but it was just sitting in a place where like and not being used basically for like a long time. So I think that's where it got fucked up basically, which really sucked because that 2070 was it was great while it lasted.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say too. Like our old parts to that computer, it's just not up to code anymore. Because again, like not even just the graphics card or minus the graphics card that I noticed. I forgot that we had like third generational not SSD RAM stick and a motherboard, right. So it was like a lot slower. Yeah, I'd rather just blow my computer up.
Now, if you use like a super fast ass RAMs and processor and toss that graphics card in there, it may be like say, hey man, I can't think this fast, stop doing that shit, you're fucking me over.
Yeah, I mean that's the reason like I don't use my computer that often. It's very slow now because of the fact that I don't have an SSD on it. Well, actually that's a funny thing about that too, is that I had the SSD installed, or not installed, I had it plugged into my computer, but I never activated it. So it was just sitting there, and then when I realized that, I was like, oh, I said, are you serious? I was like, it was there the entire time, but it was never actually activated. I was dumbfounded. Yeah, I wanted to punch my computer. I just wanted to put a hole through that motherfucker.
I was like, why is my computer so slow? I'm pretty sure I put an SSD in here. Yeah, my guy.
No, that's exactly what it was. Because I was like,
migrate shit.
Yeah, because I was like, what the fuck is going on? Because I remember, like, before, it's actually, funny enough, it's a year since I've actually built this computer. I just realized that, like, last night.
What the fuck? Holy
actually,
shit, bro.
Yeah, I want to remind you, too, because I remember when you told me about the AIO, what is it? Is it AIO? Yeah, I think I'm saying that right. The, radiator thing, you said your buddy...
Oh yeah,
fucked his up. But I was thinking about that too. I was like, you know what? I'm pretty sure that nigga literally like rough handled that shit. Cause when I put that shit in there, like I was being as delicate as possible and slightly firm. But I don't know what he was doing. I think he like.
Well, no, it wasn't my buddy. It was like something I saw online. I think what you're talking about is when his computer like leaked his liquid cooling fluid all over his motherboard.
Yeah,
like that was
and that happens when you like rough handle it when you're trying to install the CPU.
Yeah, I don't know how he fixed it, but yeah, that was a while ago. So
yeah, I don't know how he did that, but basically, yeah, it's been a year. It's kind of crazy. But before that actually happened, I remember before I actually bought the parts to it, my computer was getting so slow that it started to it almost blew. I don't want to say it almost blue screen, but it was trying to tell me like, "Hey, do you want to shut down Windows? It's not responsive." I said, "Oh,
that sounds like what my laptop did." Because I had a Windows 8 laptop, then I upgraded to Windows 10 because free Windows upgrade. That biggest mistake I ever fucking made.
Yeah.
I should have kept my Windows 7 laptop and just left it like that. After I upgraded to Windows 10, like the demand for that operating system just made the laptop like creeping, crawling, fucking slow, man.
Yeah, it's not compatible.
Yep.
I just want to recant on what I said when I said that it was easier now to get the graphics cards. I was lying. Obviously, I mean, not obviously, but I'm looking at it now, and everything is just sold out unless you want to pay $800.
Right. Stupid. I swear. Why is these things so fucking overpriced, man?
I don't know.
Got money.
I don't know.
And even like genuine retail outlets too are also overpricing these things. Even though like there should be a MSRP for it, but nobody sells this shit out of MSRP. They just fucking sell it at a damn overpriced amount.
Yep.
Like such stupid.
And that's the thing I was telling. I remember like a couple podcasts ago where I said like it sucks because Beam, you're coming back over here, and you got to build a computer yourself because the fact that they're trying to implement that ban on high-end PCs to where you can't buy the whole thing.
Right. Yeah, but like we already established, because like it's very specific when you're buying a pre-built computer, because you're just not gonna get exactly what you want. I feel like
that is another thing too.
It's like building.
I feel like anybody who's getting pre-built is just getting it for the graphics card.
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much in the memory, because like I'm looking at a price right here. There's this one gaming computer called a Skytech Prism 2. That shit is $4,000, and I know for a fact that I could literally just I could spend
better PC for
half the price. Yeah, I could probably use the same parts. I mean, you don't need to pay that much money. Like that's ridiculous. Yeah. Oh, on second thought, I don't know, because it says it's a 4th gen SSD terabyte, so maybe. But
I mean that is like, say if you can actually get the parts though. I mean, you could get all the parts except for the graphics card, so that's kind of the difference between that and.
I remember I had an old classmate that was I felt bad for him because of the fact that he saw the 3070s and he said, I'm just gonna sell my 2080 Ti, and then as soon as he did that, everything stopped. So he was graphicless. He was just like, my computer. God. He's like, my computer is just empty, and I could just look at the little pocket window, and it's just like, he said, all I can see is just the RAM sticks and the cooler.
Sucks ass.
Yeah, that's trash, bro.
See,
and he had to pay more money to get the 2080 back.
Again.
No, not like back from the original buyer, but he had to pay for a whole new one.
Wow.
Overpriced, and I was like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah, man, the market is it's fucked up right now. Scalpers are.
Yeah, it really is.
It's terrible. Like,
I mean, it's that and the production people not wanting or unable to produce more.
Yeah, true. Because I mean, I guess if there was an influx of just the product, it wouldn't be an issue if they were scalping, because everyone would still be able to pretty much get one, maybe minus a few people, but. Yeah, that's what made it so surprising when I got my PlayStation. Although I have to say, it's been a while since I've shopped at GameStop, because that's where I got that PS5 from. And the system they have there is actually pretty legit. I'm not gonna lie, because basically
PC.
No. I was talking about my PS5 when I bought it.
Oh,
because I was
what?
Well, actually, wait, they do actually. Yeah, they do.
They have
they do because when they when I did the queue, basically how they have it set up is like power up rewards members gets first come first serve basically. So I just got a Power Rewards account because it's like $10, like $20 or something. So I was like, okay, and then I got in the queue, and yeah, basically you just add in your cart, buy it, and it's fucking over. And they have all these like different bundles like that they had available, like PC bundles and shit too. So I was like, damn, it's actually pretty legit, because it like no scalper is gonna be like, yeah, I'm just gonna buy like 50,000 like power up rewards accounts. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, so.
And that's the reason why they need to do that stuff also, because I mean, I don't think I've heard anyone complain about needing to be a Power Plus or whatever the fuck the thing is called to do it, because it makes a lot of sense. I'm so tired of these people just taking shit and.
Yeah,
I think the most frustrating thing is seeing people take it and then using these bots to bit mine and shit like that. I want their establishment to just have a complete freeze over, just because of the fact that it's just so frustrating. They're just taking that shit. don't even care. They're like, yeah, I have this 3070. I don't know why it's so popular, but yeah, I'm getting Ethereum right here, so there's that.
It's funny that you mentioned that shit because like China's pretty much like shut down a whole bunch of like mining factory and gigs that had that shit going on. Like this pretty much like you know how like people just buy a whole fuck ton of these graphics cards and just have like a warehouse like just cool and they're just mining cryptocurrency. These motherfuckers like shut this shit down for like good motherfuckers.
Good.
Because at this point, why you guys keep hugging up all the damn graphics cards, man?
I saw one guy. He had a not even a back trunk. He had like a U-Haul, and it was basically all being powered by his car, and he was bit mining on the road. I was like,
wow,
man,
what a fucking
fuck guy right here.
Wow.
Oh shit.
He said, "Move it smarter, not harder." Yeah, fuck you. Otherwise, I don't care.
That is some innovative fucking shit right there.
I applaud you for the innovation, but still, it's fuck you. Literally hogging that shit right there, because
people actually need these things for putting the good use of this, man. Like, yeah, I'm doing this shit on the move, man.
Yeah, because it's just like, I don't even know what I would do, and I'm knock on wood right here. I don't even know what I would do if any of the graphics cards bricked on me.
That's worst case scenario. Hope that doesn't happen.
I mean, my little OG 750 Ti is still going with me.
Yeah, and look at that. My fucking 2070 couldn't even outlast a 750 fucking
and
Ti.
You know how long
you had a 2070? I thought it was a 20.
Was it 1070?
Was it?
You had a 1070 Ti.
Oh yeah. You're right.
I was about to say, I was like, holy shit, I'm surprised you didn't get a warranty off of that.
Right, because I'm about to say, that should have a warranty on it.
Yeah, at the time, when that was pretty much the new thing. Or was it before? No, because at that time, it was way before they even announced the 20 series, yeah.
It was.
So, like, yeah, I got in the 1070 and it was working fine. And then, yeah. I mean, maybe it was, like I said, my fault for not, like, actually using my computer for a while, and it just kind of sat there. So, yeah. Can't change anything
is that
about it
enough to add, guys?
Nope.
No, that's pretty much it. I mean, this has probably been the most organic podcast episode we've had thus far.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it really has. And I wanted to finally talk about just a little thing. I'm finally moving. Like, oh man,
buddy.
It is a joyous thing. I have some things to tell you guys on mic, of course, which is hilarious. But once the move happens, as we discussed on the podcast previously, we will be doing this kind of in seasons. So once the move happens and I'm set up over there, we'll start season 2. Not that it's really gonna change the formatting or it's just like we're just having seasons. So like Izzy said, people can go through this playlist of season 1 and season 2 and so on. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. I can't wait to get back to the West and be on PST and
mountain time
far away from this fucking place. Holy shit, man. So yeah, that's about it for me. I don't got much else. D, do you got anything?
Oh, that's pretty much it. I mean, yeah.
Okay, well, you guys already know what it is. Thank you for listening if you made it this far. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate you, and we'll catch you guys later. Peace.